would you close my door, please? I'm lying now. Would you please close the door? Okay. All right, you good? Okay, yeah, we'll start. We'll just give people a few minutes here. Let me get the link. Oh, shit. I get the link in a different spot here. Let me get the link. Hey, I'm so used to calling you Wonka. Can you post up the link for me? The YouTube link, because it's a little different. What I'm looking at is different. Oh, let's see. I guess I can do it this way. We're good. Looks like we're live. Oh, let's see. I guess I can do it this way. I got it. I got it. It is weird to have that delay. I got it. I got it. It is weird to have that delay. There we go. I think that does it. All right. Now that's what I was talking about. Wonka was the chat. So let me just try this here. How's the mic? You hear me all right? Because I'm trying this new. I've got this new mic. Oh shit, it's hot in here. Hang on a sec. How's the mic? Okay, I got it. So I have two live stream or two things. Hey Wonka. Okay, I'm back. Just cooling it down in here. All right, we're looking good here. We got a good lineup. Oh, we'll give folks. What is it now? 28. We'll give them a couple more minutes to get started. Leave up the fascinating reading of our disclaimer. Okay, all right, guys. All right. So this is weird. I got two chats. Okay, well, that's cool. That's Tarmo Millman. Cool. What's up? Hey, man. Yeah, we're going to try something new today. We've got kind of a different setup here. What are we doing? Multicasting? Sending it to Twitter or fuck. Are we just forever going to call it Twitter or X, formerly called Twitter? I mean, I guess we say X, right? So we're simulcasting on X. Wonka, I got you in here, so we're good there, so I can see your chat. Oh, you're nice to say that, Tarmo. Thanks, man. It's kind of a love-hate with me. Some people are like, oh my God, this guy goes on forever. Other people are like, oh, I can't get enough, man. You could talk all day. So I'll tell you what I do. All I do is just bring up the chart and start talking. Sometimes I can go for 2 hours on one chart. Sometimes I go for 2 minutes. I got a good lineup here. I got, how we're doing on time? Yeah, we got another minute or two. All right. Oh boy, you guys, these guys. I have to give these guys a nudge every now and then. I'll come in and there'll be one or two. And then with a little nudge, now we've got a good lineup here. But we are going to try Wonka, who is now, kind of joining our team here, working with us. Well, we're trying to expand a little bit, so we're going to try and do the last 30 minutes, make that by request. So if anybody wants an asset, that they have an interest in, we can take a look at it, right? And that's the whole idea. Look at it through our technical approach. BRA, UNI, FTM, daily. That's all right. Hussein Burke. Oh man, I can't get that name. How do you do that? How do you get the two dots over the U and the G? It must be Must be a keyboard you have that will do that. All right, so all right, I'm assuming you guys can hear me all right. So we're not, yeah, it's just now 11:30. Okay, we'll give people another minute or two to join us here since this is, this has become kind of our regular time, but again, since we've got Twitter going on as well. The first time we've done it to Twitter. I should use Twitter more than I do. It's not that I don't like it, it's just, I don't know, Elon's gotten a little wacky. All right, so what's the first up? I've got Bitcoin, and I'll give it another minute, get a full load here. Now this is, I see things a little differently here. Or you can join, oh, there's Wonka's helping us out. Perfect audio, oh good, I'm so glad. That's, oh boy, Jazz Q from Spain, cool. That's next on our list. We did Italy last year, Spain, I would love to go to Spain. Everybody I talk to tells me it's just fantastic. One thing I learned from going to Italy last year, don't go in July. God, it was just miserably hot. Of course, here I am in Austin, Texas. It was 92 yesterday, the 3rd day of October, so you'd think I'd be used to the heat. That's half the reason why I'm looking to get out of here. Okay, 32, all right, we got a pretty good, we'll go ahead and let's get rid of the disclaimer here and get, okay, I'll get hair and makeup to get out of here. Ha ha ha. You know I'm kidding there, right? There is no hair and makeup here. Oh, one thing, oh, hang on, I gotta turn that off. That'll bug the shit out of you. I forget to turn that fan off and it's right in the angle of my webcam, so hang on one sec. I did one where I forgot to turn that off, and the whole time people are like, oh my God, that fan in the background is so annoying. Let's get that off. All right, so it'll slow down here. And then as usual, I'm always looking up because the screen is up on the top right. Okay, so first up, now that we've got that out of the way, mic check is good. I guess we're live on both YouTube and Twitter. Okay, cool, it'll be fun. Hey, James M, hey man, how you doing? All right, so first up, I have this, it's Bitcoin. You guys see this here, it's kind of, this is George, right? We all know and love George, right? So he works on my team. This is kind of interesting. It's kind of a diamond pattern. As he said in his note, this count doesn't get a whole lot of love. You may be, how could we do this here? If we're gonna go, well, let me back up for a second before I get started here, because we have new people here. So just so you guys understand the way we approach our live streams, they're somewhat different than others do it. So I asked the members and my team to post up assets, chart if they have it. If they don't, it's okay. Based on where their interests are. Now, if they're posting a chart, what we're trying to do is it's kind of, I've used this analogy many times before. We're basically asking them to teach what we teach them back to us. Right, as an old saying, if you really want to learn something, teach it. So I asked them, based on our methodology, okay, teach it back to me. So, and we kind of do that non-verbally through what I see on the chart. So I get a feel for their progression as technicians, at least technicians applying what we teach. And there is a method to our madness. It's a combination of, well, essentially now four components, and I do them deliberately in this order because people think of us as an Elliott Wave, what would I want to say, resource, house, trading group. We use Elliott when it's effective, when it's there, when we can use it to our advantage. But it's not the core of what we're doing. In priority, it's fibs first, then market geometry, then Elliott Wave, and as now just essentially just through demand, right? The market structure, right, or the smart money concepts, right? Now, if you're trading Elliott Wave, you're trading market structure anyway. So they dovetail so nicely, but because it's such a popular form of TA, and it literally dwarfs Elliott Wave with regards to the interest level of where the market is and where students of the market are, because someone's here, they're still in that learning phase and they're looking for ideas or maybe something they haven't seen before, or, oh God, I hadn't thought of that, or, oh, I see that, or, oh, that's interesting, boy, that Elliott was effective there. That's what we're trying to do. the market structure is just purely by demand. But you can't, as I've said before, and you guys have heard me say this on previous live streams, you can't trade Elliott Wave and not be trading market structure. But there are times when the Elliott is not effective. It's not there. It's not useful, where you can then apply the market structure concepts and still come up with reasonable probability setups with good risk reward. So they dovetail together. But as we did this just as a little thought experiment, we just Googled Elliott Wave trading and then compared that to market structure, smart money trading, and it's like a 200 to 1. God, I think it was 14 million to 400. I mean, it's just amazing how dominant the appetite for smart money trading, right? Which I understand, right? It makes sense. It's an interesting phenomenon that's happened via the ICT. Shit, I've now forgotten his name. Michael. I've forgotten his name, but he is just one of the great marketers of all time, because he took concepts that had been around for 40 years, renamed them, repackaged them, and came up with an entirely new to many. They've been around as long as I have. There's zero new here, but some cool names, right? A silver bullet and a power of 3 and all sorts of crazy stuff that he does. The Judas swing, turtle soup, right? They are 35, 40 years old. But, right, marketing is timeless. Okay, so enough babble there, right? So no disrespect to him. I have nothing but respect for his accomplishment. The guy's just, we're just marketing genius. Okay, so on to the charts here. So this is from George, who's on my team. Now, okay, so this is, what do we have here, right? Consolidation. We get in here and we try and work through, and can we make sense of this? Can we apply Elliott concepts, guidelines, rule set, and come up with a count to where we can get a high probability, which is what we're after, right? It's not about, this trade's a winner, this trade's a loser. If we're speaking with real terms, right, everybody's going to have more losers than winners, right? You can have a hot streak, but over time, it's not about how many winners. It's how much you make when you're right, how much you lose when you're wrong. This trading is simple as that, right? I mean, trading can be simplified. I don't mean we at Trade Devils, we as human beings, we complicate the fuck out of it. It's I've said this many times, right? We're working in 2 dimensions, right? So the market can only do so much, right? This is right. I've been kind of harping on this lately. But when we're sitting right here, this is, again, since we're in 2 dimensions, this is the decision we make. This is all we do, right? Every swing that we encounter here, and we can get a little tricky here in a triangle, but really this is all we ever do, right? Is it going this way, or which side's going to break? That's it, right? That's all. There is no spot in the market where you are not. That's not the decision you're making. Are we going here? Are we going here? Right, that's it, right? So you look here and you go, well, that doesn't look like that. Well, I would beg to differ, right? Now, so I can simplify it and say, which way are we going, right? All of this. I mean, again, I'm simplifying it, right? Is this useful to us, right? That's at the end of the day, you do all of this work, you get all of this down and go, okay, is it increasing the probability or my conviction or my confidence level? Do I get more confident here? And I think for many that apply Elliott Wave, that's a big part of it, is you go, okay, I got the 1, I got a 3 here, because really Elliott Wave is at its core, it's just 5s and 3s, right? Now we can get very complicated in the corrections, as you see here. I mean, this is complicated, right, in terms of Elliott labeling. So this requires education, right? You have to have a knowledge and some experience, and you have to have made a lot of mistakes in your charting, which we will correct gently, right? Depends who it is. But George has really brought his skill set way up since he joined our team, and I mean, this is some pretty tricky work. So here's the 5. Let's just break into it, right? Here's the 5. Now this is the correction. Now, at least at this point in time, we make the assumption here that we are now more likely to go higher based on what the analysis we can look here. Doesn't mean we can't. We're never saying we couldn't go down and break the low. Not saying that. But right now, this is starting to look like this is our direction. Now, remains to be seen. There is no certainty in trading, right? I like to think we're all clear on that. There is no certainty. There's only probabilities. And then ultimately, as has been proven time and time again, you could flip a coin and be profitable with good money management. Heads I buy, tails I sell. Not to in any way disrespect all the work the technicians put in, but that's been proven for many times. Heads I buy, tails I sell. If you've got good money management, but then, I mean, that would be no fun, right? Okay, heads I buy it, tails I sell it, right? Would you want to do that, right? Could you comfortably do that? Go, okay, Bitcoin, heads I buy, tails I sell. It just goes against our nature, right? We want to think that we can dig in there and get an edge over that 50-50 odds, right? Well, that's what we're trying to do here. So if we look at this, this is pretty sexy Elliott Wave here, right? So he's got an ABC with a diag into the C here as a candidate, right? Now this can be labeled a couple of different ways. This is not a bad looking setup here. So I've got a 3, then I've got, this is where it gets funky, right? All of this, right? Is there an Elliott count in there? Well, it's a little bit of an educated guess, right? So there's a W. We're going to go A, B, C into an X, right? This is where Elliotticians will disagree is up here, right? What is all that, right? Does anybody have true conviction as to what all that is? No, I don't. George doesn't. My best guys don't, right? It could be, looks like, okay, based on what followed, this looks like a reasonable count. Okay, so I'm going to go, here's my X, right up here, right? So I've got a W, 3. What do I got here? A, B, C, D, E into a Y, right? Now you have to know that you can do that, right? Which you don't know, right? Right off the bat, right? That's the kind of thing that we teach you in our belt system. Like, oh shit, can I put a triangle at the Y in a 2? Well, yes, you can. So this diamond, it's not quite a perfect diamond, kind of a pattern that he's got here. Okay, can we make it work? A, B, C into an A, yes. A triangle B into a C of the B. Yes, that flies, right? Then down 3 and a C, right? So it has to be a series of 3s. 3, 3, 3. It's skinny, but the E is where you can allow for the most slop, like overthrow, underthrow here, and then now are we starting to rally out of here? Well, if we are, excuse me, if we are, and what do we want, George? Do we want to be in arithmetic? I think we do. All right, so here's our low. Let's do the Elliott count first, and let's get, we can just use golden zone here. So we have not come to where you would anticipate the 2. All right, but let's put the, you can look here, right? Because the thought being the algo doesn't care about the Elliott count, but let's evaluate it with our Elliott hats on first. Let's just get the full suite on here. All right, so here we're 38. All right, and some of this, okay, well, this kind of makes sense. So you can look at this again. I know it's hindsight, but you look at, okay, well, that kind of, you can kind of understand, okay, resistance, rejection, right? Look at the volatility. That's what it takes to get through that. This is a good example of why I tell people, breakouts are for suckers, right? Because look where we come all the way back, right? You don't want to be that guy. You never, let me rephrase here. We advise that this is any breakout is certainly in contemporary algorithmic trading, which dominates 95% of all trading is done by software. You don't want to buy here, right? Because you're so vulnerable to the liquidity grab, and you can see it happen here. Well, you see it right again. I'm not. Every chart we look at today, I'm gonna show you the same thing, right? It is the single worst place to buy, right? Always the worst place to buy. Always, never fails. Look right here, right? I guarantee you somebody bought that, right? Thinking that, how are they feeling? Not so great, right? It just is, there's never any reason to do it. Most people think they're doing it, I'm going to get a jump on the next leg. It'll almost always, not always, right? There are no always, and there's no absolutes in trading. Never do this, always do that. There are no absolutes. I would just advise you over your career trading breakouts, with the one exception that in equities it can't work with equities because there's, I'll just leave it at that. But in something like crypto, futures, FX, that's what the algos are waiting for you to buy the breakout, right? Because you're the liquidity, right? And the old saying goes, if you can't spot the liquidity, you are the liquidity, right? So if you're buying that, right? I mean, most of them probably got stopped out right here, right? Trading with leverage. Okay, so we got WXY, right? This is nice count, right? This is a nice job, George. Okay, so what's required now? So we can look at this and go, all right, here's an example where Elliott gives us an advantage. Well, if this is a 2, and we're going to have a shallow 2, excuse me, God darn it. If this is, what do we have to come out of here? We got to have a 5. Now, do we have it? Oh, what are you telling me? Go to the. Here, you're telling me to go to the 4. I'll get you out of there. On the 1 hour. Okay, so let's go to the 4 and see how that looks. Oh, look at this. Boy, he's gotten really good with all the shit. I don't even know how to do that in Trading View. Okay, so now we get the subdivision. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, coming out of here, do we have a 5? Oh, what is this? Hammer? I'm just checking you guys. Okay, there's, oh, John Howard. Okay, so, all right, let's dig in there a little further. Let's go to the 1, which is what he's suggesting. Do we have, total has a cleaner impulse count in place, all right? Oh, man, look how sexy this is. George's getting really good with Trading View. Okay, all right, so I got a 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's a monster, right? That's a monster kick in the 5th. Let's get in there. Yeah. Well, it's got to be a series of 3s. It's kind of ugly. 3, 3, 3. Okay, I can roll that. Okay, so we have to. This has got to go up here. Let me change that color so we can spot it. Here, put in yellow. Okay, A. Okay, so he's going to go 8. What are you doing? WXY? Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem spot. All right, let's leave it over here. So I guess he's going to go A, B. Yeah, that's a problem spot. But look at the monster rip that comes out of that. So, okay, candidate, right? It's a candidate. Could be a very unusual one. God, I mean, this is what he's the count he's suggesting. It's a monster, right? I mean, it's abnormal. Not the craziest thing I've ever seen, but I don't know that would be my first thought there. But again, it's valid, right? It's just very unbalanced, right? It's just this monster in the 1. Okay, so let's see what we get coming down. A. Let's come up here for the B. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wow, that's shit. That works. That flies. It's just the ranges here, the balance of it is not ideal, right? So you'd want to finish that here, but then you get this other leg here. Okay, so let's go with it. So this would be, I got another one of these. I don't know what those are. I don't know what you're telling me there, George. Like, I'm not sure what that means. Okay, so this would be the C, right? So we'd have A, B, C. 1, 2, right? So, can we get out of here, right? So if this is done, we have to be done here. So we have to come out of here now as he's kind of putting this in. We got to get something. Doesn't have to be an impulse, but we've got to get another 1. So it's got to be a 5. Now it can be a wacky diag as he's kind of outlining here. Oh shit! Let me see what I've got over here. Now I'm going to come back to George's count, but I'm trying to look at this, and I mean this is my primary, right? I don't really have an update here because I'm waiting to see, right? If we are done here, if we're heavy emphasis on if, again, right? So here this is similar. I'm just suggesting you could do it as a ABC, 1, 2, 3. Now what do you do here? You got to make a judgment. Are you putting the 3 here, truncating the 5, or are you putting the 3 here, just allowing for this wick rejection, 3, 4, 5 here? You're kind of, it's a guesstimate no matter how you do it, right? There's no certainty there. Well, where could we get some certainty? Well, the only place we're going to get any certainty for bulls is I got to get a 3, 4, 5. Now again, it doesn't have to be an impulse, but I got to get a good 5, right? Before I get well, Okay, right. Remember, there's always an algo on the other side, right? So as we're coming down here, now algo is not going to care about a wick, right? It's just going to take dominant to dominant, right, in that range. So as we come up here, okay, that's where the resistance is. We know we're going to hit it. Look at the first thing we do. We hit the 50, rejected. That's anchored VWAP. Okay, right? So we just, from the low, pretty nice support. Okay, 1, 2. Well, I don't think you'd want to connect the two. As in, well, let's see. I'll say it this way. I don't want to connect this to this, right? Whatever's happening here, this could be a 3 and we could go lower, but whatever's happened here, this disconnects from it. So even if I just take this out and we just use some channeling, right? Now this is kind of a critical piece of Elliott, and we have kind of a weird channel here. But it's self-contained, right? With the exception of this. Now you could put a sliding parallel on this, but here, okay, I've got a candidate, right? Do we want to go balls deep here? No. We don't have it yet. As I look at this, right, now I'm plenty long, so it's always a question of me of, do I want to add here? Okay, really where I would get some conviction here is if we can complete something like this, come up here and sweep these highs. Well, then you go, well, wait a minute, what are you going to do? You're going to buy up here? Well, absolutely not. I don't buy breakouts, right? I've lost so much money doing it over the years, it's now just a hard rule. I never do it. I don't necessarily fade it, but I never buy it, right? Because it'll come back, right? So if we do this, if we get the 3, 4, 5, what's next? Right? Am I losing anything, right? All I'm getting is the conviction that in my next trade, or the next long here, if right now I don't have this, if I get a 5 here and it follows with a 3, I have a whole lot more conviction than I do in all of this slop. We're guessing here, but it's really, we're in consolidation and have been for 4, 5 months. What do we got here? That's March. Consolidation, right? So what's the question, right? In consolidation, is it accumulation or distribution? If it's distribution, we're going down to challenge these lows. If it's accumulation, which is what I think I and most of my team would agree, if we can get this 5 to finish here, we've got a start on something. And we have a stronger candidate for this too. Damn it, I should have gotten something to drink. Okay, so how does that relate to where George is? Okay, well, this is the 1. Now he's down to a 1 hour here. What was I looking at? That's a 24 hour. Okay, so we're down here on a 1 hour. Okay, do we get it here? Right, 1, 2, need the 3, 4, 5. Well, that's kind of interesting drawing. 1, 2, I got to have a 1. Not sure why you're doing it that way. Here, let's bring this over here. I got to have something like this. Maybe that goes a little higher. I'm not sure what you're doing with that drawing. I'm not sure how these two relate. Or is that over? Oh, there it is. I got it. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so now this is what we need. Right? Maybe not so deep there. 1, 2. Got to have a 3. Can we get a 3? Well, look at the markets today. Pretty strong. Looking at the NQ. Bitcoin. I don't know that I would call that raging bull. Excuse me. You've just run the high. Shit. You know the problem with this thing? I don't have a mute button, damn it, and I need it. 1, 2. All right, I got to have a 3. Okay, let's go all the way down to it. Is there any possibility here that I can get a 3 out of this? Is this a 1, 2? Now let's go to an hour and maybe we'll get a little bit better. Okay, first question always, right? We know Bitcoin loves the golden zone. Well, we didn't quite get golden, but we're right in that pocket between the 50 and the 618, right? Okay, so coming out of here, what do I have? Well, it would have to be a diag to start it. Looks like you might have a start on it. All right, I'm just penciling these in. Looks like we'd be all right there. Let's go down to the grade. Right, so what would we be thinking here? God damn it. I'm gonna have to switch mics here if this stays. Well, let's just double check, right? You measure twice, cut once. Yep, we were plenty good here. So we'd have a leading diag, right? Now that's interesting, right? Because it's kind of what the suggestion was here. This looks like 1, 2. That's not great. This looks like you got a 1, 2 here. 5-3. Well, that's not ideal here. The Elliott here might be betraying us a little bit. This looks like a good 5. That looks like a 3. It's like another. This looks like an ABC. All right, so it looks like I've got 5, 3, and then I've got a 5 here. Pardon me, I've got a 3. So it looks like I got an A, B, C. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? All overlapping. Not what you'd hope for. If that's the 4. That's not an impulse. We can see that. It remains a little bit unclear, to say the least. I don't have a clean Elliott count here. I just don't, right? So let's see if I can. Do I have it on here? I don't. Here, let's just throw a little market structure on here. So let me get. There's a few of them that I use here, but I'm going to use, since I haven't introduced all of them. Let's use Sonar Labs, right? Because that's the one people are familiar with. It's a very good one. There are 3 or 4 very good ones. Can we use market structure here? See, now, so this is an example where the Elliott it's not assisting. It's actually making it more difficult to trade it. What do I have here? I don't have an impulse. I don't quite have a diag. I don't think I can get a diag in there because the 1 is so long. I can't get a leading. Okay, so this is not great. Okay, right. So when the Elliott's not there, what do I got? I got a swing, I got a retracement, right? At that point, what matters here? Which side breaks? Okay, this side breaks. So what do I have again? Swing, retrace. Now, again, this is market structure, right? I get a swing, I get a retrace, change of character, right? I don't get a break of structure because this is the range here if I do it this way, right? So this is where this has now become kind of a centerpiece of what we do here now, because it's that time where, okay, the Elliott, you got 2 choices here. If the Elliott's not clear, you go, well, fuck, I don't see a count here, so I'm not going to trade it. Or you look at it and go, okay, well, can I work with the market structure here? Do we have an uptrend? Do I have an uptrend? Well, I've got, at this degree here, I've got higher high, higher low, higher high. Now, I prefer, right, when I'm using market structure, I want the second one. I want the second break of structure, right, which I don't have yet. These would be little internal micro breaks, but look, I retrace, not quite to this demand zone here. Okay, can I get out of here? I got a candidate for maybe a leading diag, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 longer than 3, 3 longer than 1. So I got the start on something, but it's not really where I want it. Well, I don't want this 3 in here, right? With my Elliott hat on. Okay, well, so what am I going to do about it? Well, that certainly looks like something, right? This is essentially mostly yesterday, right? Fake, or here's classic Bitcoin, right? So here we leave this massive fair value gap in here, right? Now that gets all filled in, right down to where it started. Another great example, don't buy the pumps, right? It's likely going to come back. Okay, well now what have I got now? Chop. Do we have clear trend? Not really. This piece of it is the problem child. What are we doing with that? So it on one hand, it kind of looks like a giant 3. So let's put this in context. If this is just a big 3, how does that fit in on a higher degree? Where am I? Looks like I'm still trying to work this as the 2. Well, I got a 3 here. Kind of now. So this is where the Elliott can be useful. Okay, so now I step back here and I look at this and I go, oh, I don't want a 3 here. But if I have a 3 here, what does that suggest? If I start to roll over here, again, it's the same thing every day, every swing. Which side's breaking? Right? Are we going this way? Right? Is this just a 3, a part of a correction? Do I have a 5, 3? You see, this is where you kind of find yourself going, Do I really want to trade this right now? Because I'm unclear here. I've got candidate, right, for the 2, right, for this to be done here. but I didn't get the start that I wanted. So I would be reluctant to be adding, right, to my positions here, because I don't have clarity here. So even if I come back here to where George is and go, okay, if it's 1, 2, swing up here, let's get that out of there. Up, give it all back. I think this is a hold. I think it's just okay, right? Because the threat here, come here. What's the threat? The threat is we're now heading deeper, right? Remember, this was very shallow here to put the 2 in here. So it's always a little bit of, I want to pencil that in. Here's a candidate for a 5. Here's a candidate for a 3. Here's the target, right? Here's the algo, right? Here's the algo firing, right? We know this is where it fires. That's where its target is. Okay, would that completely blow up the bull case? I think not. You might have to change this, right? You'd likely be looking at this as an ABC. So, actually, I think that could work with his count, right? So let's go back to the 4. So we could do a WXY. If I come back here, WXABC, right? I need 3 here, right? So I candidate 5. If this is the 3, right? So it's not quite time to ring the bullhorn just yet, right? Because we didn't get the start. Now, see, I look at that and I go, as a technician, the fact that I can disqualify, at least in my mind, in terms of what I would do, based on the way I approach the market technically, I don't have the start I wanted here. Looks to me more probable, it's just that, more probable based on where we are right now. Remember, Elliott count is just a snapshot in time. More probable that we go down lower, right? Now that starts to fit into the scenario a bit better, in that I know the higher probability is that I'm going to find my 2 down here. So, okay, does that completely fuck us? No. Okay, WXY. It's still a 3. It's still a 5 followed by a 3. We're just getting into the nitty gritty here of, can I make that work, right? Now, see, to me, there's a good example. When I just worked through that, I'm doing this on the fly, and there's no preparation for this. I just give you what I see in real time. Okay, it's still a 3. Even though if it's 3, 3, 3, it's the broader swing structure is a giant 3. And the premise is that this is going to hold. And this is going to, we're going above this high. Swing, retrace, complicated as hell. But ultimately, when we get our low, right, if it is down here, the implication is, right, it's just the implication is that we're going higher. We've got a 1, we've got a 2. Crypto, it's an odd time for crypto with the FTX trial, because the public, I shouldn't, it's not even just the public. I saw this on Bloomberg yesterday. A guy in the afternoon, Romain Bostic, right? I think he was interviewing someone on they do a little crypto summary at the end of the day. And this is a guy who's not unintelligent, not exposed to the markets. And his comment was, well, here we are, this FTX scam, and the question is, right, was crypto, was the whole thing just a giant scam? Well, there's a lot of the public that's feeling that way, right? So the buzz around crypto, right? The enthusiasm for crypto is not great at the moment. We all experience that as crypto. If you're a crypto trader, we're experiencing the lack of enthusiasm. Like, oh, crypto, oh, that garbage, that scam, that pyramid bullshit. Bankman-Fried is, did he fuck us all? Short term, yeah, he did. Did he intend to? Well, that's what the trial's about. But does it, it's just the underlying technology is not, because we have a bad actor in there, or an inexperienced guy, or a guy who just let things get out of hand. Does that kill the industry because we had a big scam? I would suggest not, right? Many of you probably have already pre-ordered Michael Lewis's book, Going Infinite, which is about the FTX explosion, right? Which I'm really looking forward to reading that. But if you've seen some of his interviews, he's saying the same thing, right? That this whole scenario with FTX got out of control, but the underlying technology is what matters, right? So I think anyone who's been in the space for a while still has a belief that crypto is evolution. It's the evolution of money, right? Or trust, or trustless money, whatever you want to think of it. But I'm kind of off on a tangent here, as I'm prone to doing. Do I want to buy Bitcoin here? No. The bottom line, and fuck, what did I take, half an hour to get there? Should probably shut up. Okay, but that kind of everything that we do and everything that's going on across the space is all reflected right there. Remember, the technician's first assumption is that all known fundamentals are reflected in that price at that time, right? There is nothing that fundamentals can add here unless there's a change, right? All the fundamentals are factored into that price, right? The market is constantly discounting everything that can be known, right? And then we project based on what we do know. Is there a trade here? I say absolutely not. Okay, that's way too long. Holy shit, I went long there. Okay, so now I got Wonka, who's in the process of joining our team and just has been a huge help to me, and has become a really solid technician. He just does great work. So let's see what he's doing here. Let's save this here. What are you thinking, Wonka? I got ETH. Let's do ETH since we just did a long dissertation on Bitcoin, right? Is ETH going to be any different? Not really, right? I mean, he's got it as a B. I'm curious what he's got as yeah, he's got the same thing, right? It doesn't play as an impulse, right? Now, well, this is interesting, right? This is an alternate on the count. Excuse me. Damn it. I've got to get a mute button for this. I was so excited I don't have that giant thing in my face, but I forgot I don't have a mute button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, this is ABC, right? This is, all right, what are we saying here? Again, same thing. 5, 3, right? That's it. That's all we ever do. Which side's going to break? Which side's going to hold, right? Where's the position? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So he's already there, and I just kind of backed into it going through George's example here, because many people are counting this as the 5, right? So this actually is it's often a good exercise to when you kind of got your head wrapped around a certain count. Sometimes, right, and I will often suggest this to members, if you're struggling on something, take everything off and start from scratch and look at it and say, can I do this differently? Is there an alternate count here, right? And many, right, this is their primary. They've had this the whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, now you have to expand the B, right? So that the newer Elliottian might look at that and go, oh, wait a minute, that's the one, right? Overlaps can't be an impulse, right? Not true, right? We can go A, B, C, right? Actually, it plays better this way. 1, 2, 3, A, triangle B, C, right? This is kind of a cluster F. There are times where, often, where the Elliott is, you're not going to get a 5 and a 3 out of every degree. You're down to a 30-second chart. There are times with Elliott, just like anything, you've got to go with what is the implied count here, right? That's a 3 to me. And this 1, 2, 3, 4, is that a great 5? No, I'd probably you'd have to put the 4 here. Is that ideal? No, obviously not, right? But you got to go with, okay, what is the larger count implying here? Because if I put this on a 3-day or a weekly, you're not going to see all of that. Elliott, most effective, I would always tell you, higher time frames, right? When you're down on the 5-minute, 15-minute, you're changing the count so often, right? Elliott, where it thrives, is on higher time frame. I'd take 4 hours and above. That's when you can see it, right? With things slow. Here's a 24-hour. You can see it. You don't have to make that snap decision. Okay, what's happening here? If we take out this pivot, well, okay, maybe something else. But right now, I've got, look, note the channeling here. Let's brighten that up. It's here, right? So the nice channeling, right? Channeling is so critical to Elliott. All right, we went off on that last week where Modern Picasso and I, had a disagreement on something, and the channeling was where we disagreed. This is just great use of Elliott, right? Don't forget the channeling, right? That's the geometry. Remember, it's fibs, geometry, then the Elliott count, right? Market structure is kind of built into it. All right, enough on that. Let's go over to Ethereum. Oh, Woo, do you want? I'm so used to calling him Woo. I think we're staying in arithmetic. Okay. Okay, similar, right? It's a whole lot of sideways. Right? What's the trend? Do we have a trend? Do we? Well, at this degree, what would you say? What's the trend? I mean, another way you might look at this is, okay, well here what now we add a little market structure. Okay, here's the premium, right, where I want to be a seller. Here's the discount where I want to be a buyer, right? I want to buy it on sale and sell it at full retail. Okay, where am I right now? Smack dab in the middle. Now, I'm just kind of loosely drawing these, but that's kind of the range that we're in. Do I have a trend? Is there enough here to say, oh, well, fuck, great setup for a trade? Well, if anything, the setup is a sell. Right, but you're already kind of late, right? You want to sell above the 50, right? Now, again, you could probably tighten these lines up a bit. But the idea is I want to sell it up here. I want to sell it up here. Now, see, this is what makes trading hard, right? When the market's doing this, going up here, the percentage of people that can fight their emotions of like, fuck, I'm not selling it, it's going up. Right? That's when you have to sell it. Oh, fuck, I'm not buying it, it's going down. That's when you have to buy it. Right? Now, you don't have to pick the turn. Right, you don't have to pick the turn, right? But you've got to take the little retrace here. You didn't get a great one here before you got that, right? It's not an ideal example. But just the idea of selling in the premium, buying the discount. All right, if we come down here and we complete this, well, what happens? Well, now I get something here and I go, okay, that's probably a 5. There's a 3, right? We can complicate it all day long, but at the end of the day, right, it's a 3. It's just a 3. Just a 3, right? This is a 5. That's a complicated 3. That's a 5. Is this a complicated 3? Right? It's complicated. I know, right? It's not. No one said this was going to be easy. All right. If I come down here, okay, do I need to buy it right there? Well, you don't need to buy it right there. I often say you never need to pick the turn. Another advantage of Elliott, right? I don't need to pick that turn. I can wait down to a small, this is a 24, I can go down to a 30-minute and get that first little 5. Could be a diag, could be, it just has to be a 5. Okay, what's going to follow the 5? The 3. That's the one, right? Trade the 3s, right? Maybe we get a little triangle here. Now I got a 5. Okay, now what just happened here? I just went, again, I don't have this. I'm just using this as kind of a teaching example. Okay, now I'm in the premium. This is what retail does. Retail looks at that and goes, oh, fuck, great. Oh, look at this. I had time to buy, right? And they buy right in, right? If you don't know that your liquidity there, you buy it, right? And down you go, right? They gotta stop using the word they. The algos, right, which are just looking for liquidity, they will sweep that liquidity, and then what's probable, right? There's no certainty, right? What likely comes next? A 3. So all the way back here, now it's come all the way back to where you started. Now I got the big 3. Now I got a 1, 2, 3. Right now here, boy, I can buy with conviction, right? Because I got all of this to set me up. Here, what's the setup here? The setup is the sell. Right? If you're just looking at this going, okay, well, what if, gun to my head, I had to trade this? You got to make a decision about the wick, right? So if I come down, to the wick, I could do it 2 ways. I could do it this way and come right to the 50, right? So do you see look here, what happens here? This is so common, right? And people just don't get this, right? So you've got a double top right here. This goes just enough. Let me get this out of there. If nothing else you get from me, let it be this, right? Don't buy this shit. Don't be that guy. You don't ever, I promise you somebody bought it here. How are they doing? Well, this is asked backwards. Wonka and I had to do the coloring exactly the opposite, so I got to change this so I don't lose track of my thinking here. Okay, so it's a breakout. You know, as a trader, if you're long for the market, you're going to figure this out sooner or later, right? Either the market's going to teach it to you. I mean, when I started this business 5 years ago, my goal was to say, all right, I've made every mistake that possibly can be made. I've lost more money than most people make. I can help some people here because I've done all of this. And then I was a broker for 10 years. I watched hundreds of people do the same stupid shit over and over and over again. That's how I learned, watching other people. And then I had some good mentors that kind of helped me along the way here. But okay, look, what do I have here? I have a 3 that's now selling off. Do I want to buy it? What do I want to sell it? Well, the sells, you're kind of late for the sell. Where would the sell be? Okay, damn that thing. If we start to come back, right now, because remember, every pivot is a target to the algos, right? Because what's there stops, right? Every single one, right? So what you're looking for is that time when they don't get it. because they're trying to get it every single pivot, right, is a target. Every single one, right? You'll get to where your eye will just come up here and go, oh, they swept there, they swept there, they swept there, they swept there. Okay, where did they not get it? Okay, well, see, that's where we come back to all this shit. Again, I'm back to flip a coin. It almost doesn't fucking matter if you just are disciplined with this, with the money management. Okay, well, we could target the low here. What I got, not quite 4 to 1, 3.95, right? Okay, so I can take it here. If they get it, right now, maybe you don't want to put it right at the golden zone, right? You're just kind of using this as an example here. Let's bring this up a little bit. Okay, so there's 3.78 to 1, even let's call it 3.6 to 1. Okay, if you get stopped out here, big fucking deal. Get over it. You're going to get stopped out way, way, way more times than you're not. Okay, okay. Stop did its job. Move on, next trade. Did I learn anything here? Well, I learned, right, this liquidity got swept. Right, if it goes a little higher, can I take that trade? Right? I mean, there's a point where we've gone too high where you're like, okay, I'm not taking any more. But you can't go, oh, fuck, I got stopped out on that one, so I sure as hell am not going short again. You got to be able to take that and not have it ruin your day. So the size has to be appropriate so that if you do get stopped out, and first assume you're going to get stopped out. Okay, how much am I going to lose? What's the impact to my account? You can't YOLO into these things, right, and expect that to be the one. I mean, yes, people get those. Yes, they happen. I'm not saying never do it. Just don't do it with big size. One, you'll be so fucking stressed. All the fun of trading is removed, and it's just now you're praying. Oh, please don't get my stop. That is no fun at all. You don't want to trade that way. It's got to be, okay, I made this deal with myself. I'm willing to accept that risk. If it gets stopped out, I don't fucking care. My stop. What do I care about? That my stop gets triggered. Next trade. Get over it. Set the next one up. If you consistently are doing 3, 4 to 1, you're the math will take care of you. Where do we fuck ourselves? Right? We do this. Oh fuck! I didn't want to get stopped out. I was sure that thing was going down. That's the fuck up, and it's all self-inflicted. You don't ever need to do it. Oh, I was trying to get a jump on it. It was in that golden zone here. I wanted to give it room. It's just bullshit rationalization. You never need to do that. First question, if I'm stopped out, what's the impact to my account? Okay, can I deal with that? Am I comfortable with that? Okay, put the fucking trade on and relax. If it goes, great. If it doesn't, next trade. I mean, again, looking at this, is this ideal trading? Well, no. You're just in a giant sideways, we've been sideways since last year, damn near. Well, since May. Just sideways. Oh, what are we doing, right? Oh, if the SECs, they're fucking with it. No, it was always, right, as I said last time, right? There's only 2 things we're going to stop it, right? Nuclear war, power grid goes out, your Bitcoin's no good if you can't get online. And the governments, who's most threatened by this? All the established intermediary, right? All the banks, the brokers, the government, they're fighting this tooth and nail. Right now, you've got the bigger dogs, right, who are getting in here saying, okay, well, wait a minute, right? I guess we can't stop it. So now let's, if you can't fight them, join them. So if BlackRock gets this ETF, and apparently BlackRock owns the world, if they get this ETF done, yeah. Now, the ETH ETF been kind of a snooze so far, but the Bitcoin ETF, I wouldn't want to be short. This is good work, Walkout, right? I like this setup here for the short, right? But certainly it's not a buy. Certainly not a buy. All right, god damn it, I'm going too long again. Okay, so let's go to XRP because this is kind of interesting as well. Okay, warning, here comes, I think this is a white screen. Maybe not, maybe I can get you, yeah, better, okay. Okay, what are we doing here, George? This is kind of interesting. So we're doing, oh wait, I got to copy this. Okay, looks nice. Modern Picasso. Hey man, how's it going? How do you get traces of the price action to cop? Well, not sure on that one, PJ, what you're asking me. So what did we do here, George? Did we hide? Oh, we hid the candles. Okay, I see what you're doing. Okay, so let's get them back to hidden. hide. Okay. If you're not using a 21 EMA, if I can give you one little nugget on the day, have a 21 EMA on every chart, every time frame. Oh, have it, right? The algos love it, right? So you'll see this very, very commonly, right? I mean, we do a lot of day trading in the stock indexes, right? 21 EMA is where the algos gravitate to. So you'll see the same thing, right? Whatever you're trading here. And so it looks like what do you have here, right? Which one's the 21? The 21's in yellow, so he's got a 7, right? So the yellow is the 21. Okay, so fuck, what are we doing here, George? So we're gonna do, it defies it. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Oh fuck, this is the one. I think we're gonna do a leading diag here. 1. What are we doing here? So we're gonna go daily. Let's go down a little bit. Okay, so here the buy, right? So they're getting good news on this. This is a little bit of a YOLO trade, right? If they get through this regulatory, some of these issues, right, and they get clearance, Ripple's likely to moon. You'd want to have a piece of it, but again, first assumption is let's assume it goes to 0. Do I think that's going to happen? No. But I certainly, if this thing gets approved, I want to have a piece of this. If we get through this regulatory, these issues, I want to have a piece of that because that's what I think is going to happen. I think most people think that's happening. I saw one yesterday, so thought, some analysts thought we were going to $50. That you want to have a piece of that, right? So, all right, so do we have some sort of a diag going on here, right? Could that be what's happening here? 3, 3, so just kind of wing it there. A, B, C into a 3. So 1, 2, 3, 8. So A, B, C, maybe. I think this is a little bit of a YOLO. I wouldn't want to not be there if it goes, right? So I would suggest having a piece of it. Is there something else in there you wanted me to see, George? Can't it be so simple? Let's see, he's giving, where are you, George? XRP. What is is this the size of the move here and the size, so this is 38.14. I need more help from you on what you're doing there, but bottom line here, let's put these back on just so we can see here. Yeah, the Elliott is not ideal. Well, they all did the same thing here, right? Wick, that's a liquidation wick. So do you want to be into that? Well, if it was something other than Ripple, right, without the backstory here, I don't know that I'd be in a hurry to buy this. All right, we're kind of in this consolidation. I'm going to exclude that and just. All right, again, if you want to, think of it this way, don't want to be buying here. We're not in log. We are in log. Maybe. Nice doubles here. All right, so okay, all right, good example here of what we were talking about before. All right, you can do it this way. Look at these. Somebody's buying there. Somebody bought there, bought there, bought there, bought there. I mean, are there worse places to buy it? I mean, just in general, right? If it's going up, I don't want to buy it. Now, that's a little bit built in over a lot of years of this, and I have to fight that at times. I'm such a counter trend instinctually, where it's going up, I want to sell it. If it's going down, I want to buy it, which has served me well over time, but there are also times where that bias, right, I got to be careful. I have to watch my my enthusiasm here to short anything that's going up. But here, okay, 1, 2 maybe. I mean, the Elliott here is, it's not great. Let's just say it that way. It's not great. So what is there to work with? So you say, okay, well, fuck it. Am I not going to trade it? Well, okay, how about, so look at some geometry. Let's go back to original. Not terrible. Right, I get a corner pocket here, right? Corner being 50, right? Either one of these. It's not golden, but I get a corner, right? Go right to target and right to the median line. Right, remember, right, this is the reason we always come back to like the fucking pitchforks. We come back because this has an 80% probability of getting there. Right, as you've heard me say, and we know we have a lot of new people. That is the best odds in trading, period. Period. That's assuming we're not talking about options, right? We can sell out of the money options with higher odds. But from that corner, that's 80% odds. Where else, what other tool can you find and put on your chart that has 80% odds? That would be a rhetorical question because there isn't one. That's the best odds in trading right there. It's probably, as I've said this many times, and the reason it's the centerpiece of our logo, it's the least used technical tool in the arsenal, right? It's on every trading package, probably the least used of anything. Of anything. It has the highest odds. What the fuck? How is that news to anyone who's been around the market for 6 months? You mean you didn't find out about median lines? Pitchforks, call them what you will. Don't ignore them. Look for them, right? Remember, fibs, geometry, then Elliott, then market structure, and market structure is kind of built into it. Okay, let me keep going. Damn it, I'm gonna have to get a mute button for this thing. Okay, so what do I got here? I got, oh, this is the weirdest handle. RRR, what's that question mark? Okay, so he's giving me, what are you giving me here? He's got some pitchforks on this. So he's giving me, Jesus, I can't even see it. What is this? Oh, this is the S&P. Okay, so this is the S&P hourly. Okay, I got that. Let's go over here. Shit, I don't know what I've got on this. I got a lot of shit on this because I experiment and test things, looking for things to turn the members onto. You're giving me an hourly. Let me here. I'm gonna. Oh, let's just. You know what? Let's do this on the SPX. Right, that'll be easier. Oh, where are you? Right, so I won't have all that stuff on it. Okay. Oh fuck. Let's remove indicators. All right. So what are we thinking here? Right. So we're getting a little kick here today. Market come back. Right. Went up and. Oh, good. I was short as hell. Okay. So all right. So when we bring up a chart like this, let's. This is the. Let's get a handle here. Excuse me. God darn it. You know I've got the right thing for that. It's almost like a guitar pedal. I can step on it and mute. So the real question here with the S&P and the SPX, and this is being DQ'd because the futures broke it, is this 1, 2, right? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Is that the count, right? So you would, right? But if you look at the futures, right, then it doesn't fly. Where's his image? Let's go back. So he's going with a modified shift, right? Which is essentially, so he's got an ABC, all right? So let's come back here. All right, let's get rid of that. Okay, so RRR, what's that? it's funny to say it. Okay, is this the correction? Well, I'd start drawing, right? So here, okay, again, we're playing with probabilities. All right, so if this is a 4, God darn it, sorry guys. Let's go, all right, if it's a 4, well, we really don't want a 4 to go below the 50. Well, does it happen? Yes. We don't really want, this is prime zone, 2338. Okay, if we're gonna go to the 50, okay, we've got, but look how nicely, right? So this is where I come back to, I don't care how much smart money bullshit you put on there. I have an advantage over you if you're not using Elliott. Because I can look at this and go, well, again, this is all we ever do, right? Swing, retrace. That's it. That's all okay, is this breaking or is this breaking? right? At the end of the day, that's all we're ever doing. Okay, so same thing here. Right here, is this breaking or is this breaking? Well, this one broke, right? So what do I have? Oh, do I have a 5? Looks like it. Do I have a 3? There's nothing else, right, that I need, right? I got a 5, I got a 3. Okay, well, we can refine that a little bit. It seems like, okay, well, like, whoa, wouldn't some of this prior resistance, shit, rejection. Oh, we're through. Retest. Now, what's happening in the markets now is so totally a function of what's happening in the bond market, right? But I come back to this. Is this 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4? Right? It doesn't work here in the futures because this gets overtaken on the futures. So I think you have to go 1, 2 this way. So you have to do this one, right? And this actually probably works better, right? It was kind of a question mark as to what we were going to have there, right? So let's take you up a degree. All right, if it's A, B, C, right? 1, no, fuck. Yeah, we could bicker about, you know, the start of that thing, right? But you can probably go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can go A, B, C into that. Oh, pardon me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get my 5 here. So I can go 5, 3, 5. It's a little trickier here. This would have to be the 2. So 1, A, B, C into the 2. I mean, just a lot of times, right, it's kind of, you pencil it in. All right, does it fly, right? Do I have to change it? Okay, well, what do I like about this? And I know Monte Picasso will agree with me here, right? I got a nice, tight channel, right? Nicely self-contained. Now, the 1, not helping me, but as I come out of here, I could probably take it back, right? It'd be just fine. I might put a sliding parallel on that. We do it this way. Here's what I'll often do. Let me change that color. And let's just clone it and bring it down right at 50, right? So I can cover it. Oh, am I in log scale? No, I'm not. That was that a little tricky for me. Oh, fuck it. Here, let's just put a sliding parallel on it. And sort of just tighten that up a little bit. Okay, so here's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now, what did I finish there? Right, now you can look at it and say, well, okay, but that just the market structure supports that, right? So here's the strong low, right? Now we get a sweep here, right? So you'd have to go 1, this would have to be, it'd be a change of character, right? So 1, 2, let's do it this way, right? So I've got higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, high, right? Swing structure is bullish, right? Then I come down, oops. Then I come down here, I start getting changes of character. Here's the biggie, right? So you can't have an ABC without using market structure. A, B, break of structure. You could say, okay, well, here's changes of character. Here's the break of structure. But look what I've got here, right? So this is where the Elliottician has the advantage. I don't care what you're doing with your Judas swing and your silver bullet and everything, right? Again, not to make light of those, but I have this beautiful set of rules that will guide me here. It doesn't mean that I'm right. It doesn't mean that we're right here, but I get guided. Right now, it takes time to build conviction into that set of rules and guidelines, right? To where you know, like, okay, I will put money at risk based on those rules and guidelines. That takes a little time, right? It takes experience to get that. Okay, well, so do I have all the ingredients here? Well, I've got a 1, possibly, you know, I've got an ABC. It's a little funky, 2. I got a good 3. So let's do a little measuring. Like, so what else can I do to build my case, right? If I had to make this case to a jury, okay, 1, 2, all right, well, it's not the highest probability location, but it's the second most probable. 1, 2, I'm right between the 2, 7 and 3, 8. If that's 1, 2, 3, and we're coming down for the 4, well, I want this to hold here. So because I'm going about as far as I want to see a 4 go, right? It's to the 50. But then, okay, kind of makes sense. Oh, just out of curiosity, let's put an anchored VWAP on that and see how that looks. Good. And then, all right, now we start loading the boat here. Okay, what else would I look for? Relationship between the A, the B, and the C. Okay, if it's not going to be the 100, 127, 1382, interesting, right? If they would both ping at the same spot. Now, what's the other thing that's really dominating that? 10-year yield. All right, well, let's go look at this, right? So this is what's, right, this is the competition for the equities, right? If you can get 3, 4, 5% with no risk, why are you taking risk in the market? Well, maybe what you'll do is take less risk, right? So you're going to diversify, right? We're back to traditional financial planning, right? It's where it's not like, well, fuck, I can't make anything with saving money, so I've got to invest it all. Well, we're past those days. As we would, we damn near 5%, right? And we could stay here for a while, but it kind of looks like, well, wait a minute. That's RSI here. I'm sure I can put an Elliott count or an Elliott oscillator on that. And oh, what do we got here? I think I like this one here. All right. Divergence, right? We're not as strong going into that. And I got a clean channel and I got a clean 5. Right now, picking tops is, yeah, that's not the business we want to be in, of trying to pick a top, right? But I can look here and say, okay, well, all of the ingredients for this to be completed up here, shit, what do we get to here? 4.87. Right, you got Jamie Dimon saying, you know, get used to higher for longer, possibly up to 7%. Does that look like we're going to 7%? Well, how would we do that? 7% is way the fuck up here. You're going to have one monster extension here in the fifth, right, of, per yields, right? So if is there another rate hike this year? Okay, well, right, remember the market discounts everything, right? So if the anticipation is it's coming, it will already be factored into the price. This is a little funky here. The 1-2 is, you're kind of stuck with it, right? Because you've got this lower low here. Pretty hot here. That's an RSI and a Bollinger Band, right? They're both hot, right? Now that's not necessarily a sell signal, but they're both hot, right? I mean, you'd say, well, odds are that they need to relieve some of that pressure. And then I've got all of this divergence here, right? It's just lower, 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 lower. Yet we're going higher, higher, higher. Divergence. Okay, well, what would you anticipate from that? Well, you'd look for, where are we anticipating the 2? Now, does that seem reasonable? We're going to come down to 2.5 on yields. What year are we talking about? Not this year. Barring something. I don't think there's anything, right, that could stop this, right? But that's what we're anticipating over time. Over time. So what's the first thing that has to happen here? Right? We'd be looking for a 5, followed by a 3, followed by 5. Right? This is a zigzag. We may not get it that perfectly unfolding via an Elliott count, but I wouldn't be shocked if we did, right? What's more technical than the bonds? Nothing. Oh God! Oh, I don't have the full history here. Pretty good looking channel, right? So what's the first thing we need to have, right? We need to see like some signs of this. Oh, let's try a 4 over here. That's just a little fart in the wind, right? That's just barely. Oh, okay. Could that be the top? Well, here's a little. Oh shit! Here, I'll just draw it. All right, so a little. Some people would call that an order block, right? Rally, base rally. So if you come back down here, right, tap here, do we get a reaction there? Right, that's how we call it, right? Here, right, we stalled. Are all the orders filled here? Maybe not, right? I got to have a 1, 2, and oh, we're gonna break it 3, 4, 5, right? I get that. Oh, break of structure, right? Lower low, lower high, lower light, right? You can't have Elliott Wave without having smart money. You can't have you can have smart money without having Elliott Wave. If we're going to get this, right? Lower low, lower high, right? Okay, I've got change of character, I've got break of structure, I've got everything I'm looking for. We'll come back to the 200. Okay, well, if I get a 5, right? See, this is the beauty of it. It guides my decision making. Oh, if I got a 5, I'm looking for a 3. What's after that? I'm looking for another 5, right? So I can. All of these are potential trade points. We shall see. Let me get back here if there's anything. Well, he's right in line with what I'm suggesting, right? So he's going ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Or what's that? Pretty good trader, actually. He's a good technician. I should say technician. I haven't seen his results yet, but everything he posts is very, very solid. Oh, let's come back to the SPX here. So, okay. That's a 1 hour. That's where we started. Do you want to buy it? Well, do you want to buy off of a 1 hour in the S&P? Well, maybe trade SPY, right? I mean, SPYs, you can trade like they're futures, right? They're so liquid, fuck, right? I mean, you've got to, very easy to trade, right? You don't have to be a day trader in the futures market. You can day trade the SPY, right? It's liquid, they're inexpensive. You can buy, in and out, right? You put a stop on them and you're not going to have hideous slippage. Okay, do I want to buy that? Well, I don't want to sell it. So I might even go down to a 15. Okay, what do I have happening? Do I have a good start here? Well, that's not a great start. Right, I already have overlap here, so I don't have an impulse. Is it going to roll over again? Is it just another rollover? Might be. Well, okay, so see with Elliott, you can spot them, right? Okay, right, and if I can't spot them, right, I don't use it. Okay, that sure looks like a 3 to me, right? It looks like it's corrective. A, B, C. Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like I can get an A in there. Is it perfect? No. That's iffy. All right, so I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'd go 1, 2, 1. I have to do it here. 1, 2, 3. Nope, I'm going to change that. Let's open that up. Let me go to a 5. Sometimes I regret going down here. So Elliott Wave, the more you take it down to the lower the degrees, the more difficult it becomes. And the squirrelier it gets. Okay, do I have a 5 here? Yeah, so something like this, often you'll find yourself, you got to work backwards. Okay, there's a 5, there's a 3. Is this a 5? Well, this is the clusterfuck, right? This is what's throwing a monkey in the wrench. I can see a 5 here. A, B. So it looks like A, B, C, but then I got another A, B, C here. This looks like I can get a 5 here. A, B, C. Right. So it's just a lot of consolidation here. I wouldn't have a lot of conviction. I'd probably want to spend some more time with this. But now coming out of it, I got a 5. Okay, great. I'm on a 5 minute. Right. Don't want to be trading off of a 5 minute. Well, not swing trading. I might day trade off of it. But okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that would, no, I don't even think I've got that actually. I think I've got it, well, maybe I can squeeze that out. What can we say with certainty? Not an impulse. Looks like it's like, oh fuck. Well, so you're looking at this here, you can start to spot these, right? Okay, so there's a 5 right there, right? So how is that going to fit in? It kind of fucks me a little bit, right? So then there's a little bit of a tendency, right? Careful as an elitician to start doing shit like, oh, okay, well maybe this isn't some sort of an expanded, I got to go A, B, C. That doesn't work. I mean, it is a 5 minute. But well, let's see. What you're trying to do, you're trying to get this to be your 2 because you'd be thinking, this can be, especially for new eliticians who are just starting to get some, some fluidity with it. They say, oh, I see it's an expanded B. Is that the trade you want? To take this a giant expanded B? So you'd be trying to talk yourself into this. This is definitely something to be careful of, right? Is that what we have here? I wouldn't trade off that. A, B, 5, right? Because you're trying to find a home for that 5, right? It's got to fit somewhere. I wouldn't trade off of that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, already overlapped here. So it's just a giant mess of no trade, right? In terms of, okay, do I have a lot of conviction here based on the S&P sitting here at a 15 minutes to take that trade? Well, this thing does gold measure moves all day long, right? That's all it does. No, I can say that with a lot of conviction because we trade this every day. We watch this happen all day, every day, right? It's just one measure move after the next. Okay, so as we're coming down here, would I want this trade? No, right? This is for swing trading here. It's not good enough, right? Be critical. There's no reason to say, well, fuck, there's a 5. I got to jump on it. Be critical. I don't know what happened here. Not good enough. Not good enough, right? But for a longer term swing trade, if you just wanted to come in, oh shit, what have I got over here? Remember, I do trade this a lot, right? So, okay, we're, low volume node. What do I got? That's the daily. Let's go down to it. Let's go to a 4. Do you want to trade the SPY here? MACD's crossed over. I wouldn't, right? See, I would wait for this, right? Give me we're sitting right here. I got to have a reaction. Show me the reaction. I'll take the first retrace. Okay, good. But no need to try and pick the turn. Why? Why? Oh, because the risk is smaller, right? Remember this, buyers at lows create new lows. Why? Why do I say that? Because if you buy that, where's your stop? Right? You think the algos don't know that there are stops under that? Buyers at lows, right? So you buy it, right? Your stop gets swept. You buy it again. Your stop gets swept. You buy it again. Your stop gets swept. And then all you had to do was be patient, right? Most traders don't have that patience, right? They're fuck. And then when it finally goes, they're like, oh shit, I just tried it 4 times. I'm not buying it again. Promise you that's when it goes. All right, I think you're on hold here on that, but thanks for posting that. Our what's that question mark. All right. Wait a second. You gave me 2 here. Is this? I see it. You gave me Tesla. Okay, so Tesla on a 1 hour. Only a screenshot. I'm late for sports, so no time to prep charts. No problem, man. I appreciate you posting. Okay, so let me. How do I do that? Let's open a browser. Let's see what he's got. Okay, so this is Tesla on a 1 hour. So he's going to go. Oh fuck, man! What? I can barely read that. Okay, A, B. Okay, so he's giving me multiple counts. So if this was going to be this, so this would have to be WXY, right? 3, 4, 5. So I see what he's doing. Okay, I've got Tesla. Oh, here it is. All right, let's see what I've got. This is a 4 hour. The 5 is pretty hard to miss, right? Big 2. You'd have to do. Well, since that's a 3, right, you'd have to, this would truncate here, so some sort of correction here, and then up for the 5th. This is log scale, leading diag for the A, B. All right, see, so it's tempting here. Let's take that out of log scale just so you can see it. This plays a little bit better. You can see it a little bit better in log scale. Damn it. Sorry. Next time I promise I'll have that mute button fixed. A, B. Well, okay. So here's where what's that? He had a little comment. Not sure what the macro situation is here. White motive up, blue down. Okay. So fuck. Where'd you go, Tesla? Well, what is this threatening? Right. So. The threat is that we're going to go 3, 4, 5, right? That's what it seems to, per the leading diag correction into a 3. Now, can we turn this 3 into a 5? Well, you can. Let's see. All right, so I'm pretty sure we've got the overlap there. There we go. Okay, so there's just enough to where we can't go. Oh fuck, maybe we can squish it in. No, that's too much. You know what's making that tricky is, and it may be what RR is talking about. Let's get in there. Do we have a 5 going up here? It might suggest if we do. I think I prefer it as a 3. So here's a triangle. Okay, so let's label that, right? So again, things that jump out at you can really be helpful. right? In terms of, okay, so this, since I've got a triangle here in the middle of this, it flies. Right, that's going to influence my decisions about how I'm labeling this. Okay, so what could it be? Let's see if we can. Could it be a 4? Yeah, it could. Maybe that's possible. It's a double. I'd probably do it there. Yes, sloppy there. But that is a 60. And so if I come back to what he's thinking, he's thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, A, B, C, right? So similar count. Ah, damn it. Excuse me. I promise I'll have that fixed next time. Well, let's consider that, right? So it's always good to have it. If it doesn't fit your first bias. Now, this is kind of a love-hate with Elliott in that we know a 2 can never go below the start of the 1, right? So that it's an elimination, it's an invalidation, I should say it that way. But a B can go beyond the prior pivot, right? So I can have an A, B, or unlike a 1, 2, I can't have an expanded 2, but I can have an expanded B. So why do I bring that up? Because one possibility here is that if this holds as a 5, well, this looks like a 5 too. Right, so this is starting to, so fuck, right? So I got a 5 here. Let's take this up a degree. Well, here, this is, you see, some of these, and hopefully the process here is where the value is. It's not necessarily that I come up with the count, the right count. I never am one to say that my count is the right count. I'm just showing you the process, right? So you have to evaluate this and go, do I want to do all this? Because this, God, that's kind of a pain in the ass. Now, you're either drawn to it or you're repelled by it. So many are just go, oh, fuck. Let me just draw some lines, right? Market structure looks so much easier. This is harder. I'm telling you, it's more effective, right? If I didn't think so or didn't have conviction that it was, I wouldn't teach it. I'd just draw lines. Okay, 1 or A, B, possibly C. Well, if that's A, B, C, 1, that doesn't fit, right? Doesn't, right? So if this is, here, this is a good example, right? So if this is the start of if this is A, B, C, and we're going to start correcting, this is 1, this would have to be 2. It doesn't work. Right now, again, here's the rules are guiding me. I can't do that. I can't go 1, 2 and expand it here. Can't do that. But I could go A, B, C, and this would have to be a larger or a secondary B. The B would have to be up here. Or you'd have to do it as some sort of a combo. A, expand the B into the C. Well, let's see what we got here. I think this is broken, but let's not assume that. Nope. Shit, I cannot make up. Not the 618. Golden zone. So what does that mean I have there, right? So whenever you see a golden zone, the first thing that should pop into your head is, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I've got a golden corner. Always, right? First thing that you should test. Well, why? Do I not have 80% probability that I get there? Yes, I do. 80%. Is the algo, see, so number one, algos use the median lines, right? Because it's for code, well, I won't get into all that, but they do. We know this is the dominant algo in all markets bar none. We know that, right? We don't have to even discuss that anymore. It's the dominant algo every market, every time frame. So when I can put something together here and I know I've got an algo out here with a machete clearing a path for me, why would, boy, oh, I don't like those 80% odd trades. I like the 100% odds trade. Well, when you find one, let me know. So what have I got here now? After all that, I got to put, now you see, then you have to put it together and go, well, what the fuck do I have here? This is pretty good. This is pretty good 5. I'm anticipating the 3 here. So this golden corner could hit I can hit this golden and not disrupt the count. Now, if I go too much higher, well, this is likely going to have to bump over here, right? The B can even go higher. I can go A and I can expand the B. Oh, how did we do this here? Well, we've got the overlap here, so we can't have it. We can't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse. Can't do that. So, well, when I say that, it's not like, oh, that couldn't possibly happen. What I'm saying is, if you're applying Elliott rule set guidelines, you can't label it that way, right? So it's not like I'm saying, oh, it can't do that. The market can do whatever the fuck it wants to do, right? The market does what it's going to do. We're trying to just hang on and see if we can make a little money by predicting where it's more probable to go, right? So where is this more probable to go? Well, again, all right, so let's come back to, all right, where are we here? Where's the 10-year? What's happening in the market? Where's, money travel goes where it's treated best. Where is it getting treated best? Well, fuck, if it can get 5% in the 10-year, do I want to put it in Tesla? Well, Tesla's been a monster, right? Of course, right? So I think we have back to back. Oh, we didn't quite get it. Log scale. Yeah, we do. Okay, so let's get you out of here. All right, so here's one second target, retrace. In the pocket, golden. Well, I don't think that's golden. Golden in log. So a little sloppy there in arithmetic, right? See, did that break? Yep, that did. All right, so I put it there. Judgment call, right, on that as to whether or not you trade with it. All right, let me get out of here so I can get off Tesla. I'd still take that long with that as the target. Now, so now we start to put that together and say, okay, well, if it got up here, right, what's likely to happen, right? You see the potential? What's sitting up here? Is there any question in anybody's mind where the stops are? Stops there, stops there, stops there, stops there, right? We don't even have to think about it. There's not even any question about it, right? Well, obviously that's where they are, right? Do you think the algos don't know that? So we're going up here, we're going to get through that, right? Is that enough, right? We got equal highs here. Is that enough? Got a big fair imbalance. Oh, no, we got some of that. Big imbalance here, right? Got some of it filled in. If we're going back up here, right? Sweep the highs. Okay, well, if we're doing that, well, then we got to rethink the count. A, B, C, right? Maybe a diag. Would you be thinking diag there? 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. Well, this is going to have to be a leading, right, to make that work. So this is going to have to be a big kick in the fifth. Do you want to be long Tesla right now? Do you want to be long anything in equities right now with rates at 5%? Well, maybe if they start to unravel, if we start to really roll over here, maybe 4.9 to 4. I mean, that's up 20 bips right there. That's not nothing. So is there a trade here? Well, you can trade Tesla again like futures, right? You can buy the one. I don't like zero myself. I like the 1 days. Got a little more cushion. I wouldn't chase this myself, right? It's just me. Was there a trade implied here? ABC, right? So he's correcting there. Here's what I want to see what happens. Right, remember, I'll go on the other side, right? I'd give the slightest edge to bears here because we have a little slop on the low. It's like a 3. So you could make a case here again. Okay, all right. You start to see these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's an A, maybe an ABC. That's what our what's that is suggesting that we're going to go B here. I want to see what happens here before I would put on a trade. Do we just? Oh, God damn it. Do we just blow through, right, on our way to the median line, right? Or do we get rejected here? Come back down. Now, remember trading principle number 4, failure, right? And this is a huge tell. Since I've got 80% odds here, right? I've got 80% odds that it gets there, right? Could get here, could get at some points like 80% that it gets there. Well, if it doesn't get there, right, that's a massive tell, right? It's almost as significant as when it does get there. if it doesn't get there, right, trading principle number 4 from Alan Andrews, right, tested over many years. Failure to make the median line sets up a move equal to or greater than the swing that failed to get there. So if I can't get the 80%, oh, something else is happening, right? Relabel, rethinking, right? Right now I could do this as an ABC, right? Just with how much of a C. That looks like it needs a little bit more. So I want to see what's happening there. But I think that's a hurry up and wait until we get a little more clarity. So what happens here? Right? So you could look at it this way and say, okay, well, in this zone right here, between here, and wherever I get a pivot here, well, last thing I had here, here's the swing high, right? So here's the dominant, the PDA as they call it in SMC speak. Excuse me. The premium discount, well, I just entered the premium. So bias would be to be a seller. Here's the range, right? So again, this is all we ever do, right? Which side breaks, right? Are we breaking this side or are we breaking this side? That's the only decision we make always. Always. Just like here. Same thing. Same process, right? Because people had to make this decision. Is it going to hold? Is it going to hold? Is it going to hold or are we going to break? Held. Now, when we get here, is it a 3? Is it a 5? If it's a 5, I changed my thinking. Sorry. So sorry. God damn it. Right? That's why I was traveling this last weekend because these allergies plague me so badly. We're moving. So we've been city shopping and state shopping. So I spent the weekend in Colorado looking at houses in Colorado Springs and Fort Collins, which we liked. Okay, so I got Ben. I got to keep moving here. I'm taking shit. I'm a babble mouth today. GLW. Fuck here. Let me get over here. Let me go GLW. Corning. God, I don't remember these guys. Let's go to a daily, right? Every time I come to a... let's remove the indicators. All right. And let's go... I just like that coloring. That's what I'm used to. Okay. Well, I might have to go a little further back here. Let's go to a 3-day. Holy shit. Oh, that's 2000. I remember this well. That's when I sold my brokerage firm right here. Lucky. Well, you kind of have to be. Well, that's tech crash. Well, what do you think here? Right, so 3. We don't have any impulses. Well, we have an impulse here, but this is just. Well, your best case. Oh fuck! This is ugly. Okay. Well, if a clear Elliott count isn't first thing you spot, all right. Let's start using a little geometry. I'd probably put an interior runner on that, just to connect these highs. Might be something like that. Note here we have this internal where we're not getting to the edges. It's kind of a weak market. Yeah, that's not really helping me. And I'm in logs, so that fucks me up a little bit. Well, let's check all right, here's the process. Is it technical? Is it technical? Can't make that up. Golden zone. Golden zone. Oh, this is probably one too. It's probably 50 here. 50 targets. In the pocket. Oh, let's get you tightened up a little bit. Target. Market structure. Oh, I'd probably do that. Higher high, higher low. Higher high, higher low. All right, can we call it an impulse? No. Diag? I kind of want one more up here. All right, if we're doing a series of 3s, I'd want one more. Right? So can I finish this here? Something like that is what I'd be looking for. A, B, C, and the 3. Fuck. Yes, label it here. I don't think this is probably okay there. It's not as good there because that actually looks like a decent 5. Well, what's the trade here, right? So I don't have a great Elliott count here. I wouldn't even add it, right? I would just say, okay, well, can I trade this with just geometry and fibs? Yes. Add a little market structure, higher high, higher low, right? I know I got an uptrend. Let's go back to a daily. Pretty good looking 5 there. You'd have to dig your 4 out somewhere in here up for the 5. A, B, C. Looks like that might be rolling over. So probably a combo. All right, at least right now, that's what I'd be thinking, right? It's a lot of 3s. Don't have an impulse, right? So, all right, well, if it's not if not this, then what? That could go higher. We could have A, B, C. That kind of remains to be seen, right? All right, so is there a trade here? Well, right, just having gone through it, I'd like that. If this is going to hold as the X here, and I'm going to go A, B, C, right? That would be the thinking. Okay, well, can I get this to fly, right? Come down here, something like that, and be it's anywhere in this pocket. Oh, I probably got order blocks in here. You could just use the whole thing, right? The last drop, right? Rally, drop, rally. Coming into that, unfilled orders, reasonable assumption. Come into the sweet spot where I know an algo is going to fire, right? That's what I would do. Gun to my head, right? I don't know. Of all the things we've looked at, that's the one that I would pick. But if we come into, what are we at, 28, 26, might buy some, well, options, a lot of choices here about how you might do that, right? You'd want to have plenty of time, or you just buy the outright. You don't need to pick the turn, right? Always, right? Wait for the retrace, stop under the low. It'll be good to go. Okay, let me keep going. What do I got now? This is Mochaka. How about ES slightly on lower time frame? Okay, let me get see if this is different enough from what we just did, since we just did some ES. But let's see what he's up to. Copy, save. Okay, so let me get rid of that one just to free up some real estate. Okay, so he's giving me a 4. Okay, this is good use, right? Very nicely done. Okay, so no Elliott on the way up, but we're going to go WXY, right? Yeah, that's beautiful actually. So let me just change these. Well, let's go micro and let's change them to yellow so we can see them. Okay, so again, this is just force of habit. You guys use such big degrees. Well, let's keep that. Let's put it in green. Right, it's just what I'm used to. Okay, WX, so 8, 3, 3, A, B, C. So WXY, looks like golden. He's got golden zone from the low, I'm going to guess. So that's here, right, as he's got it labeled. I just so it's easier for you to see. WXY coming in. Here's our golden. What just happened here? Bang, bang. Right? Once we get the corner, right, same up or down, 80% odds we get there. Retraced, got there again. I mean, maybe next time you're looking at something like this, go, oh, fuck, okay. Well, let me put a set of median lines on and see if I get some targets, because that's what it gives you, targets. Now, that doesn't mean that this is necessarily the pivot, right? This is trading principle number 3. If we're not going to ping, right, we're not going to pivot on the median line, often it will bounce around it. It'll kind of snake around it until it decides which side it wants to go. Right here, we didn't get to the channel, and we're back to the median line, right? It's just a magnet, right? Algos use it, right? So now we're in the pocket here. Do you want to buy that? Well, let's go to a 30. That is the one we went through before. So we can hide some of that. Let's hide that so we can take a better look at it. Are we done? Doesn't look like it, right? So if you're really trying to label that up, you might get, you got a little bit of a, now this is the one we looked at before. I've got a 5 here, but I don't have a good start to it. So it's either 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this actually, all right, this kind of does the work for you, right? So often, oh shit. Am I on log? No. Okay, so often the market will guide you if you're applying these rules. Okay, so could this be 1, 2, 3, 4? Well, it can be as long as we don't overlap. Don't overlap. So what you don't want to do is go 1, 2, 3. It's not there, right? So you don't have a way to count it, but you do have this impulse here. So you got to work backwards. Okay, well if this were the end of it here, if this were the bottom, right? Well, what would I be looking off here, at here? I'd be, this would have to be here. This would have to be here. Do I have an impulse? No. So does that mean it can't go up? Well, no, right? The market can do whatever it wants, right? But do I want to, am I thinking 1, 2, 1, 2? Maybe not. What looks more probable? ABC? I had a huge position on, hang on. Oh, it's just coming back. Okay, that's good. I was very short and I was deeply underwater when I started this. Looks like it's right back to my entry. Okay, so I mean, there's no market where this isn't dominant, right? So I can just do it over and over and over again, right? And that's a good exercise for you to do because you can't build conviction with this unless you've seen it 20 million times like I have, right? And if you just start applying every swing, every retrace, right? Remember this is all, it's all that's ever happening, right? This. Now, see, you look here and you go, boy, how do you know which way it's going to go? Well, you don't, right? But boy, this is just giving you a little bit of an assist. Because if we get here, I can tighten this up a little bit. If I get right here, do I want to buy that? I think not, right? So if I'm right here, I want to sell it. So I'm right here, I want to buy it. I don't know what's coming, but I know I got an algo working for me here. I let the algo cut in front, right? I would think of like a machete, like clearing a path, right? Like you take all the arrows. I'm going to sit here and let you, I'm just going to tuck in behind you. Right now, you look here, you say, well, wait a minute, I know, right? Because the same thing happens here, right? And it could just, the same thing goes again and again, right? So this is why Elliott matters, right? Because you go, well, wait a minute, what about that? Isn't that just as valid? Yes, it is. So how do you decide? Context, right? Where are we? Where are we in the whole scheme of things, right? To where you would get something because you don't know, right? And the bitch of it is the people behind this, they don't care which side wins. They couldn't possibly care less because they'll eventually get 5, 6, 7 of them in a row to offset all the time it loses. They don't care. They have no vested interest in which side wins, bulls or bears here. All they care about is making money. And if they just keep doing this, right, well, they don't do it. There's not a guy going, no time to sell it at Goldman Sachs, right? It's all software. It's the context, right? That's the only advantage we get. That's the only angle we have, right? Strategically. Otherwise, it's back to where I started. Flip a coin. Heads I buy, tails I sell. Good money management, you'll be just fine. Oh, but we can't do that, right? We want to try and get better than 50-50 odds. That's really all we're trying to do is get better than 50-50 odds. Because what do we have then? We have the slightest edge. At least in our minds, we think we have an edge, right? And that's what you need to put money at risk, right? If I don't think I have an edge, I'm not putting money at risk. If I think I have an edge, okay, I'll take a calculated risk, but I sure as fuck am going to be tight about where I am wrong. I'm going to know when I'm wrong and how much I'm going to lose when I'm wrong. And what's the impact of that? Now, the variable there would be if you're buying crypto that you just want to hold, right? You know, if you're not trading with leverage, you don't have to have a stop on it. But understand, you could be parking money there for a long time, right? You got to be at peace with that. So what do I have here in this play here? Doesn't look like I got an impulse. Sad to say it. So I do have a very clear impulse here, right? Can't miss that one. Oh fuck, I guess we'd do it here. 4, 5, right? So I got a 5 followed by a 3. Ooh. Right, so here when we come down here, you probably got an order block right here. Boy, that's a monster rejection wick. Let's go down to a 5. Right, I'd be interested down here. We're going back up. God, did that? Oh, son of a bitch, that makes me mad. That's one of the most common things you experience as a day trader. Market will come right to your entry and then they won't break it. I think this is hurry up and wait till we see, right? So you're looking here, you're thinking, oh, okay, are we going down again? Well, you're not thinking 1, 2. How would you read this as a bull? 1, 2, 1, 2? Maybe, right? I mean, you would need it. If this is going to be 1 and this is going to be 2, well, if I'm going to have a 3, I got to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 3. So it's not like that's a silly thought. Could be 1, 2, 1, 2. How do we know, right? What clues are we going to get? Well, we're only going to get one, right? When it gets here, right? What's the only decision we make, right? Which side breaks? Ever. That's the only decision you ever make. Right? Which side's going, right? We going here or we're going here? That's it. That's all we ever do. Just like here. Which side breaks? Right? This one, this one. I wouldn't take that off of the assumption that I've got 1, 2, 1, 2, because this is not good enough, and that's okay. But I mean, could you trade that? Yeah, you could, right? There's a 5 minute. Somebody wants to run over and buy some SPY options. It's not a terrible thought. It looks like I got a 5 going up. A little wiki on that gold. Oh, maybe not. Let's get you out of there. It's not, but you wouldn't. It doesn't look good, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this really what you're going to put money at risk on? That it's doing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that have the right look? No. Could it end up being that? Yes, of course. Right? Did an algo fire here? Abso-fucking-lutely. You can literally see it happening. Fire, wick only. Right, here we go. Oh, this is I gotta change this back to. Right, so this is, I'd do them grays are down, whites are up. Right, so okay. What's the only thing that really is going to dictate what happens next? What happens here? Oh, fuck me. What happens here? Right, you got a target. Where's the target? Right here. All right, so here, if this is going to hold, right, the little break, you'd give the edge to bears, right? So, but there's the target right there in front of the golden zone, right? That's what. Holy shit! Test of the national. Fuck. Jesus, sorry guys. I'm assuming all of you guys got that too. It says national. This is a national wireless emergency test. Sorry about that. I was like, what the hell is that? Okay, right. So here, market doubts. Right where I got short. It literally came. Now it's bouncing, right? I was trying to get out here. So be it, right? Hazards of live streaming. Okay. Probably shouldn't have left those open, but they're only micros, so I left them. What happens here? We do have, right? So now keep the pieces together, right? And a set of median lines doesn't require an impulse. It's just an advantage. If I get a 5 followed by a 3 into a golden, that's an advantage. But okay, where are we going? Right? Do we not have 80% odds here? Yes, we do. 80% odds that we get there. Right? Do you see the algo? Right? Roll. Right? Buy. Where's it going? Well, first hurdle is right here, because won't I have the exact same thing there? Yes, I will. Won't I have the exact same 80% right there? Yes, you will. Well, wait a minute, man. How can you have 80% on both sides? Well, 80 is not 100. So how do you know? How do you choose? Well, of course, one choice is wait and see. Right? Is this literally? It looks like you could damn near do it. Oh, actually, all right. Let's put this together. I'll do it that way, right? A, B, C. If this is going to hold, right? We got the 5, we got the C, we've got the first 5, we got a 3. Now, it's the second 5 is the problem. I don't like it, right? So I wouldn't necessarily trade out. Use the Elliott there as my guide. But remember where we started? Elliott's third. What's first? Fibs. Why? Because this algo dominates the market, and it's the only one we can track and see. It leaves this footprint, right? So, okay, out first, fibs first, geometry second. Oh, is there an Elliott count? Okay. Only gonna make it easier. Okay, hang on. God, how am I? Geez, I feel like I'm just taking way too long. Wonka, I'm going to come back to BNB. I got JD here, KCS USDT. Okay, so let's see what I get there. Shit, is this mine? I don't think it is. Okay, so let's go to KCS USDT. All right, let's get a little crypto. Oh, KuCoin. I just got booted from KuCoin. I guess I should have been using a VPN. All right, well, that looks ugly. Oh, I'm on a 5-minute, that's why. All right. Is it, I always say KuCoin, but I think it's KuCoin. All right, well, let's think for a second. All right, can I see any 5s and 3s, right? So will you bring up a chart like this? I always, right, if it's something I haven't looked at before, haven't looked at recently, or haven't done work on, first thing I always do is just bring up the daily. Let's start on the daily. Okay, so pretty obvious to see where support is on here, where all this PS, where all this. See, this is what Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is what they're doing right now. Sideways, right? Now what comes out of here? Well, as is often the case, you're in this slop going, what the? Is there a count in there? Well, my guys could probably get that. I wouldn't even bother with it. Because I don't care, right? Okay, I can see, you probably have to 1, 2, 3, 4, that has to be 3, 4, 5, right? It looks like you'd have to do it that way. Boy, that's a clusterfuck in there. Right, but a little bit, what you're working with there is the implied count. You have to do the ABC here. God damn, that is ugly though. I don't think you can work a try. I would just leave it that way. So, but then how does that fit in? Okay, well, let's see, right? So often what you're doing is you're looking, saying, okay, where are the 5s that I can spot? Where are the 3s that I can spot? Okay, that looks like the swing implication here is that it's a 3. That's what seems to be implied here, right? That it's a 3, right? Because here's the launch. Well, KuCoin on KuCoin, that's probably all we've got. That looks like it's too far to be a golden, but maybe out of law. Yeah, it wouldn't work there. That's just a giant cluster F. Okay. Well, I don't always want to try and connect them, right? So what would you might think this, right? A, B, C. Oh, put them in yellow. Just through process of elimination, I've got this impulse in here, but I wouldn't think 1, 2, 3. Well, fuck. I suppose you could talk yourself into that. Here, let's throw it up there as an alternate. All right, something to consider. If we went 3, 4, 5, right? Now, what's the first problem with that is, well, let's see if we could get any channeling to work there. Come here. The 2 and the 4 are actually far enough apart that you might be able to make that work. Well, boy, this is, my Elliott gurus are not going to like this. I don't particularly like it. Maybe, no, sure, I would just do it this way. Ah, fuck. Come on. You might hold on to that idea. Excuse me. Well, I like to do this, right, to get a look at it, right? So Elliott talked a lot about having the right look. Does this have the right look? Well, it better fucking go right there. And then maybe you do. It's not the worst I've seen. Right, because the 2 and the 4 are not so far off that you couldn't potentially be connecting them, right? You would have liked to have seen it hold here. Or hold here and go 1, 2. We don't get it. So this becomes kind of a floater. I don't know that I would try and connect those two. I just want to see this resolve. Okay, so if I come here 1 through the 3, all right, I'm still good there. Up for the 5. It's not my favorite, but okay, if you liked it, right? As who gave me this? JD. All right, so if you like it, well, already just what I want to see. This would have to be. Oh fuck! It almost doesn't matter, right? Just label it up, something like that, right? Okay, I'm on a daily. I've just pinged the 50. I get a little fair value gap here. Could be responding to. Right here. I'm on that. That's pretty good. Touch the edge of it. KuCoin is KuCoin. Ku. I think it's KuCoin. 78. Well, that would be a. Right. That's why we like crypto. That's why everybody likes crypto. Just read yesterday some guy. He's a cab driver. He put 8,000 into Shiba Inu, and he made $500,000. Retired. It was in my news feed yesterday. I'm like that's why people love crypto, right? For that potential. Now, do we know here that KuCoin is going to moon? Well, it's not likely to moon unless trading volumes pick up, right? I mean, Binance, Coinbase, all of them are bleeding, right? Because there's very little trading volume, and thus the lack of enthusiasm for crypto. Thus, you have to ask yourself, is this the time to be accumulating, right? When nobody's interested anymore. Well, fucking scam, right? Then, right? Is it if how fast would they turn around and say, boy, that technology is really revolutionary here. We did something like this, right? Trading volume picks up and we're rolling like this. All of a sudden, Sam Bankman-Who? I love crypto. From 3 to 78, yeah. Buy that and that happens, right? The cab driver won't be the only one retiring. Okay, but let's go back for a sec and say, okay, well, do I have enough there? Is there enough to take that trade? Absolutely. Do you want to take it now? Well, maybe not right now. But if it starts to retrace, what? Damn it. Right? Only decision we ever make. Which side's going to, right? This breaking or is this breaking? Well, if it comes down to a 2 here, I can calculate the risk reward there and say, well, see, this is again a huge benefit to the Elliottian that no other trader has. If this is a 1 and this is a 2, right? Now I can put my stop under this because if this is a 1, it cannot go below that 1, the start of it. So I have an absolute guaranteed. There is no talking yourself. Oh, I want to give it a little more room. Right? Invalid. I don't get invalid too many other spots in the market in technical analysis. Here I get invalid. That's a strong word. If you're trading this and your TA is invalid, time to be out of the market. Okay, well, so I can look here and say if it takes out that. So if we start to retrace here, where do I want it? Right, I want the algo out front with the machete, right? I want it right here. So I can look and just do the math. Okay, well, it cannot, right? This cannot be a 1, 2, 3 if it takes out that low. So maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going down. Maybe it's 5, right? Which side, right? That's all we ever do. Which side's going to go, right? If that's the 3, oh, fuck. 1, 2, right? So what was my risk reward here, right? This is again where I started. Now you could flip a coin here. I'm not suggesting that. If that's the 1618, right? There's the POC, right? So, okay, 6.3 to 1. How many of those do you need, right? Well, so first, right, at 10 out of 10, probably 7 get stopped out. Maybe 6 if you're lucky, if you're having a good month. Okay, right? Again, guys know me, I like to use the boxing analogy. Well, if I get in the ring, I'm not expecting to not get hit. I'm going to get hit. I'll take a jab. I'm not taking an uppercut to the jaw. That's what that is. I got to give it it's going to go to the golden zone. Oh, well, I didn't want to get stopped out. Oh, fuck, I don't want to have to tell my wife. It happens every day. Every fucking day. People go, oh, shit, I didn't want to get stopped out. That's why the 1, 2 is so powerful, right? In our purple belt, that we only let you trade the 3s. Because we want you to learn that discipline of like, oh, well, it can't take that. We're invalid here. So if it goes for the 3, what do I know? Now, do I know that's 1, 2, 3? No, I don't. Because it could just as well be an ABC, and then we roll down again. But, okay, if I made 6 to 1 here, I'm off to a good start. So if it starts to, well, worst case, right? Let me rephrase that. If we go 6 to 1, I'd like to think you're going to take a partial or you're going to trail with a stop, right? So you're going to lock in. So you don't want to let a 6 to 1 turn into a loser or a scratch, right? You've got enough there. You'd want to take some profit. So if we start to, oh fuck, right? It does that. Okay, well you didn't get the 4-5 that you were looking for, but you made some money, unless you were reckless. I won't say stupid. You were reckless with it. Jab, right? That's uppercut to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Now, if I get it, right? If I get the, right? Oh, maybe I do something like that. Now I have a huge advantage because now I got an impulse. Now this could go for a long way. But I know the odds are, right, which all we get is odds. Odds are that's going to be followed with a 3. The impulse gets corrected with a 3. That's the genius of Elliott, right? So it makes it easy for us. Oh, fuck. I want it down here. Because this gave me the, let's bring this back down. I got the confidence here because of what came before it. Remember I was saying, well, how do you know? Fuck, which side, how do I know? Context. That's the only thing I have to lean on is the context. Bring you up a little further. Right, I got something like that. I had this that led me here, so I can sit right here and go, I'll take that trade all day, every day, 100 out of 100 times, barring some sort of fundamental or news event. I'll take that trade every time because of the context. I don't get that. I don't care what you want to call, what fancy silver bullet, Judas sweep, 100 out of 100 times. But I'm not gonna put my stop down here, right? I like to say, it's just another trade. Don't let that ruin your day if it gets stopped out, because odds are most of the time you're going to get stopped out. But if I get that, okay, that's the most probable location for KuCoin. Holy shit, we're going to 22. What do I have there? I have a 33 to 1. Now, are you going to be able to stay through all of that? I can't answer that for you. It's hard to do, right? That's why they use software. Right? Software is not going to be like, oh fuck, oh shit, I got to take it, right? Here's what this is why it's so hard. When you have profit, most people are like, oh fuck, I got to take it. We're at the POC, I got to take it, right? And then it goes to the highest. Look at this huge high volume node here. It goes there, and you're like, oh motherfucker, what was wrong with me? What did I get here? Well, you still made money, right? So you don't beat yourself up. You still made a little money there, but these are the ones that make your year. That makes all the difference, right? It offsets all those, fuck, I got stopped out. God damn it, they wicked me. All that. You just completely melts away when you get one of those. But it's hard to do, right? Now, what else would I have here? Remember, every golden zone, right? What else would I have here to guide me? Never let a golden zone pass without putting a set of median lines on it, because now I get a target and I get that 80% odds. Right now, is it going here? Oh fuck! What do I do? Well, remember, if this is going to go to if this is going to go to the 1618, which is what that is, right? So this is right. We know this based on where that golden zone is, right? If we're going to go to the 1618 here, kind of right here. Oh, it's because it's log scale. But if we're going to go here, if we're going to go right here, well, where I've got 38 to 1, well, it's not likely to go in a straight line. What can we anticipate? Again, no guarantees, but we can anticipate it's going to do it as an impulse. So you got lots of time to take partial, re-enter. If it does this, right, then, oh shit, I've got a 1, 2, 3, or an ABC. Context, what's next? Some sort of 3. Oh, look at the channeling guidance I get from that set of median lines. Why do you think the algos use it? Easy. Well, I shouldn't say that. Easy to apply, hard to trade, right? Because you're fighting your emotions the whole time. Oh fuck, I got to take profit. Oh, I had those 5 losers. I got to take it here. Oh, there's a low volume node. I got to take it, right? And it goes here, and then you're like, oh fuck, man. If I would have had 36 to 1 if I could have just stayed, right? So you don't have to take all of it off. Maybe let a little bit run, right? So you can get that off. That makes all the difference. Oh, see, it does this weird thing where I can't see the handle. This is, who is this? This is, can I see? It's just, oh, it just says his handle is C ... Okay, link. Oh man, he gave me a bunch here. I was pushing these guys. How are we doing on time? Holy shit, Wonka. For everyone in the US, yep, it looks like one big modern. I missed your stuff here. Well, fuck, I can't go back. I'll circle back, Modern, and see if there's something there that I can respond to. Modern being a very good technician, right? He's in our, I think he's a member, or he's in our Discord. Right? I always pay attention to what these guys are saying. Okay, so let's look at this. Next up is Link. I'm working today. Link. Let's go to crypto. What does he want? He wants Link to the dollar. Oh, we can start on Coinbase. Oh God. Okay, right off the bat, do you want to trade that? Do you want to try and chart it? Not sure I do. Let's get in there. Do we need to be in log scale? Well, I mean, it's a reasonable question, right? Do we need to be in log scale? Yeah, we do. Okay. Now, log scale is kind of a pain in the ass because it distorts the geometry, but okay, we got to live with it. Okay, so all right, things I like to do, right? So if I'm just bringing up a chart like this, you could do it a couple of different ways. I just like to wick off the entire range. Okay, what am I doing here? Okay, what am I doing here? Does it make sense that we would stall here and then we're just going to go sideways for how long, right? How long has Bitcoin been going sideways? May? It's May, right? So do I have to go back one? Whew. That has to be, so we have to go we have to work this as a flat. Okay, I see. So we can look at this. So again, often I just work backwards. Okay, so 1, 2, all right, so it looks like I can start here. So this, I'll come back to that. All right, so here, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, 4, 5. Be my first at first glance, right? Because this is dictating, right? So this we got to deal with this, right? You can't ignore it. What else could it be, right? This is a little bit of like, well, if not this, then that, right? That has got more likely to be a 4 than a 2. All right, so that leaves me with, well, this is kind of a you know, it's always a clusterfuck when they first hit the exchange. We're going back to 2017 here. I almost don't care, right? So I just go, okay, impulse, correction. Which, right, are we going back to 0? Or are we going higher? That's the only decision we ever make. All right, so as we sit right here, it's a little sloppy here. Low volume node, interesting. Right there. All right, it's not surprising here right at the golden zone. We've got a low volume node here because you can just see why, right? No business was done here, right? So here, rejection, we're through, right? We don't spend any time there. In fact, there's a fair value gap there. Or breakaway gap, as they used to be known before they were repackaged and remarketed in the SMC language. Oh, it's not a breakaway gap, it's a fair value gap. Oh, they'll buy that. Okay. A, B, what, do you want to try and put the count on that? I don't care. I don't care what it is. Right? All I'm looking for is what comes out of it. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? All right, if I get that, then I care. This, I wouldn't even make the effort. I wouldn't take the time to try and, why? But if I come out of here, now, let's not assume we're going higher. I could roll over. Oh, well, let's get in there. When you're in a range, right? What do we get this out of here? When we're in a range, what are we taught to do? Well, we can do it this way. I'd probably do this, right? For overshoot, this is very Wyckoffian. Okay, got a count here? No. Maybe 1, 2. I need an impulse. Well, we know we want to, or you think of it this way, right? You sell in the top quadrant and buy. Oh, is it going to let me do that? No, it's not, because it's log scale. That's annoying, right? You'd want to buy down here, sell it up here. Now, this is a good example because what do most, I'm going to say retail, but really it's just inexperienced traders. What do? They buy it here. They sell it here. Oh shit! I was up $5. Great example of why we harp on this. Don't buy that. Don't sell that. You're algo bait is what you are here, right? But you're just somebody else's that's more experienced, and I'm not saying that I'm some sort of grand wizard. I'm just saying I've done this for so fucking long. I know that you don't want to buy it there. Yes, right. Remember, okay, so we could do this for 2 years. Eventually, one of these is going to go, and you're going to say, well, hey, but what about that one, man? Some breakout has to work, or we go sideways forever. So there's going to be a breakout that's going to be successful. But usually, what you'll find is it won't matter to your positioning. Let's say we get 1, 2, and then we get a, well, fuck, here, let's say maybe we even have it here. Maybe this is the one, right? And Link's going to go, right? So we've got a 1, that's a deep 2, that's beyond the golden. I'm looking at it. No, it's not terrible, but hang on. A little sloppy here, so I wouldn't be leaning into there's an algo there, because that algo is not there. Where does the algo kick in again, right? So don't misunderstand what happens here. It's not that they go short here. They don't. Where can I pick up another bull algo? Right here. All right, I can't get it until I get the retrace, right? Which is what, okay, so if the most dominant algo in the market is a retracement algo, maybe you want to get on that side of the fence. People say, what kind of trader are you? I don't say I'm an Elliott trader. I don't say I'm a market structure trader. I don't say I'm a fib trader. I don't say a geometry trader. I say I'm a retracement trader, because all those things are factored into it. Here's what I am definitely never going to do: buy a breakout. Because if we do this, right, if we go 3, what's most probable? We're going to come back to the breakout point, right, and test it, right? Oh, what happens here, right? Are we solid here? Is it good? Are we picking up orders, or is a bunch of supply dropping into the market? When I get right here, oh shit! Well, what about the guy who bought the breakout? Is he still holding here, or did he get panicked here when you had the break of structure here, or the change of character, whatever? I got lower low, lower high, lower low. Is he still long? The breakout guy? Is he still long, or is he thinking, oh fuck, well, I guess we're going down? Because he'll get out, and then it'll do that, right? just human emotion. Oh, fuck, it's coming down. I better get out. And it's the 4 to the 5, right? And then when do they buy it again? Oh, it should be good right here. I can buy it here. It's safe now. Right? Maybe they get a little bit, maybe they get, breakout traders, they have to get their beak wet every now and then or they'll stop doing it. So we want them to keep doing it. Every now and then get something, right? So they'll keep doing it. Well, if we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what right? So they go, oh, fuck, look at that. My breakout was so sweet. I nailed it. What's coming next? Right? And the whole thing repeats. We did Tesla. Okay, I'm going to keep moving. C dot dot. Man, that's an unusual handle. C dot dot dot. Okay, I'm running out of time here, so I'm going to go to Haku. Oh, there's a new member, I think. Haku. All right. Glad to see you in here, Haku. God damn it, in the market. Oh, it got, I'm all, just 2 left. Okay, so it is weird to have open positions while you're doing this. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, Doge. Okay, so let's do Doge. I haven't looked at it in a while. Doge. Oh, I think the way they do it here is that whatever's top is where the most volume is. Okay, let's see what's up with the Doji. Chief, ready for lunch. Is that my full history here? I can't remember. Is that my full history? I don't think it is. Oh, well, that's all right. Let's, do I need to be in log? I think I do. Yes, I do. Okay, well, all right, so same thing. Okay, here's the low. What, are we going back down here? I mean, there's the POC. Maybe. I got a feeling that that's most volume. Hang on a second. Would Coinbase have more? Yeah, I think so. No, they don't. Son of a bitch. I don't know. And if any of you guys know, I guess I'm stuck with this. Oh, Bittrex would probably have more. That's right. Come back here. Oh, because that's dollar. Hang on a second. Let's get the tether. Go back to where I was. Okay. Impulse. Well, just at first glance, right, it seems like you might be able to put something like that together. So it's not quite, but didn't quite get it, but I'd be more inclined to put that as a 3 in the B, and so I can work the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, equal highs and lows around that on both sides. Interesting, right? They didn't get that, right? So there's the A, B, right? And they can't get the liquidity that's there. They sure got it here. They being the algos. Well, I'd be surprised if anyone who's got some time spent with Elliott Wave would count that differently. I suppose the alternate would be that this, let's pull this out. Things that don't happen randomly. I suppose you could, do I have an impulse here? I don't think I do. Well, even that is kind of butt ugly. You're hard pressed here to get a. I might change that because I don't like this. This impulse here is iffy. It looks more like a 3. This looks like a 3. I think it's a force fit right now. It's my opinion, right? Somebody else maybe fucking spend an hour in there and can get that to fly. I'd be inclined to do this. Looking for a Z down here. Had all the right ingredients here to take off, and it just, right, so there's the classic, okay, what is it? Okay, so here's, okay, is it gonna hold, is it gonna hold, is it gonna hold? Oh, yes, money made. Right, now, where's the 4 to the 5? Hey man, I thought it was a 1, 2, 3, and I was supposed to get a 5 here. Well, welcome to trading, right? It didn't happen. So if not that, then what? This, because I'm leaning into that as a 3, I'm gonna take that up. I'd be more inclined to think some sort of complex. I'm not digging in there and really breaking it down, but just at first glance, that's what I'd see right here. So just out of curiosity, right, where are the algos? I'm gonna get it right there. Well, let's check that, right? Which one did they use? Right, looks like they used this one. Right, so you always want to pull from a pivot you know the algo used, because you can see it, right? Because it leaves a footprint. Oh, what did they use? Whoa, did they use it? You tell me, right? I'm not trying. I'm just providing the evidence. Here's the target. There's the reaction. Did the algo do that? You think that was random? I promise you it's not. I mean, Jesus, you can't watch 5 minutes of any video I've ever done. I've been doing it for 5 years and not go, well, there's something there. X. All right, so we got a 50, a golden zone. 50? Kind of curious, right? Whenever I check them all, right? Because I want to see what's it doing. What did it do that, right? Where's Al? Al go. Where is he? Well, that's probably him, but we're not to target yet. So drift. Let's get in there. Again. It's not. I'm not doing chart magic. I'm just showing you what this algo does. A little sloppy there. Right, it's got to be a close above to really invalidate, right? Because this is. I'm not the only one who teaches this. I didn't discover this, right? And I've been teaching many of others. I don't know. There's a handful of. Oh, there's more than that now, right? Shit. Been teaching it for so long. I see people using it. I don't mind if they use it, right? Just a little credit here and there. I always make a point of giving David Halsey credit for this. He's the one who first wrote about it. That's where I learned it. I just added the 65. Here, so pretty good targets down here. Z. Phew, that's a chop monster. Clean count? Not really. What did I want here? I wanted an ABC. I wanted, well, if you're trading this, what you're hoping for is, okay, I want this. Do I have that? Well, barely, if that. Oh, well, I can't. I don't see the ABC. Can I still trade it? Well, you tell me. Fibs, geometry, Elliott. Okay, take the Elliott out. Right? I've got probably a kind of a scratch pad of, okay, WX, it could be, right? Let's see what happens, right? Where are we going? There's definitely some, well, imbalance. It gets a little funky and distorted with because we're in log scale. Well, fuck, what do we, you want to call it a fair value, you want to call it imbalance, call it what you like. All right, so where am I? All right, I'm just going to use my most recent low. Where would I want to buy it? This could get changed, right? But as I sit here looking at it, right, I don't have a good impulse there, so I'm more inclined to say ABC and working backwards. So, I don't like it here. I like it here. I'd be interested here, right? I got low volume nodes here. I got this big fair value gap, right, or imbalance or breakaway gap, whatever you're going to call it here. That's potentially, right? It's there for the taking, and I got some channeling here. It's not. I might do this a couple of different ways. You can allow for a little throw over here, right? So I would just do a sliding parallel on that, right? It's commonly done. Something like that, and say, okay, well, if I have to bring it down lower, right? If it continues to go over that, maybe I have to rethink the pivots. So pivot, 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 right? Coming down here, are we going here? For Doge. So how would I trade this? I would start at the 50 and then maybe split it. So I'd do a third, a third, a third at the golden zone, and see if I can get something here. Now you're kind of stuck with this at the higher degree. All right. Those have got to go somewhere. Assuming there's not a whole lot more history here that I'm not seeing. I don't think there is, but I'm not positive. Oh, I might have to go to a 3-day here, see if we can get something here. Okay. If I get there, now I'm not there yet. Don't ever let a golden zone go without a set of median lines. What is that? 27? Crazy? Crazy? I've seen 3-4 years to get there. In FX, many times. You gonna let that one go? If right, maybe set an alert here at 2.9, excuse me, at 0.12, right? Some alerts here. Talk about well, that's why we like crypto, right? What else? Not much in the stock markets can do that fast. Right, now we don't know. I don't know. Again, I'm not saying that's what's gonna fuck. Log fucks these up. I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen. Let's see if I can get into log scale and see what, fuck me. This is why log scale is a pain in the ass. Okay. Okay, so that's, what do we got? 19,167 to 1. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I want to be there in case it does. How about you? All right, Mo ETH, we did. I got some new guys in here. UG, how do I say that? UG. All right, let me finish these guys. Welcome. All right, I know I'm running long here. Shit. Excuse me. I gotta get that mute button. Okay, so Doge ETH, we already did that. So let me, since I've got two new guys here, MMM, UG, MMM. That's not, you don't want crypto, you want 3M. I'm assuming, right? You would have given me a. Let's go to daily. Whoa, that's ugly. What the hell happened here? Maybe I do have to go to a weekly. Oh, what a beast. Okay, all right, so again, it's just same thing, right? It's just bigger scale. All right, so there's the low. Wow, what a monster that is. Whew, how pretty can that, I can't even get in it. I can't even get it in there. Well, okay, is this hard to spot the five, right? This is why long term, right, out at these degrees, right? I know some eliticians and some hedge funds, they only trade weeklies. Okay, I'm not working through everything here, but that looks pretty reasonable. 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. How's the channeling? Market draws those. I'm just connecting the dots. Looks like you might have to do it here. Oh fuck, does it really matter? Does it matter what happened? What year is that? 1978. I don't think that matters. What matters here? Is Elliott Wave ineffective anymore? Well, that's for old folks. That's for the old farts. I hear it all the time. Okay, well, what do I have here? What's the implication here? Oh, we're done, right? So does that look like we're done? Are we done? Are we done? Low volume down here. Let's go to a daily, see if we can make sense of that. Oh shit, I can't even squinch it up. You can't squish it any tighter. That's sometimes I wish TradingView would let you squeeze even more, but it doesn't. All right, still putting in new lows. Well, so first question is this the right first thought, or is it? It seems to me if we were going to do an ABC here and finish here that far from the 50, then I'd be thinking WXY to get it down here, right? Again, right? We come back to, you damn near have to go. Do I have a 2 week? Oh, let's go to a monthly. You damn near have to go to a monthly. Now, is that 5 hard to spot there? Is that hard to spot? Who trades the monthly? No one, other than software, right? No one. Could we go there? I mean, even the weeklies, all software, right? Because people can't stay long. They can't stay long for 4 years. Can't do it. I mean, maybe hedge funds can, but the average retail trader can't do it. I couldn't do it. I only look at a monthly if there's some reason that I have to go there. I barely ever go to a weekly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Okay, I'm pretty sure I got a 5. Why would I assume anything other than a 3? Now, okay, you might say, oh, what if there's an extension in the 5th? Okay, maybe. How would that work? It would have to be 1, 2. Right? So we would be looking at a fucking monster. Oh, let's see. Well, let's just say that if we come down here, somebody wants to buy it. How are you going to relabel that? Would be my thought. Rather than some monster extension in the 5th, right? I would just push the 3 over. Because it looks like I could get it done in there. Probably do it that way. Now, some might differ with me there. Well, if I'm doing it that way, oh, fuck me, come here, hang on. If I'm doing it that way, oh, let's come here. Let's get a wave 4 on that. Now it looks a little different. It'd be the 4 here. Oh, now all of a sudden, maybe this flies. I guess I'd have to go back and dig into that, right? That doesn't look great right there. It's probably a expanded B into a C. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 3. Right to a 38. Right to a low volume node. Do you see the low volume node there? Right there. Right, no business is done there. Right here, we tagged it. Oh, we're coming in. Could that be 4 to 5? Well, that's going to change the channeling. Can I do that? Well, right here, then you'd have to put a sliding parallel on it. Something like that. So if 3M is going to be I don't know, if they're going to be a force into the remainder of the decade, well, there's your setup. All right, let me keep moving so I don't go all day. Here's a new guy, Chiefalo. Okay, AMD. Let's do AMD. AMD for AM Chiefalo. AMD for AM Chiefalo. Okay, let's do AMD. Oh shit. Well, there's a monthly, right? So, just out of curiosity on a monthly. We can do it this way. Monthly. We're going to get that target. Would you bet against it? Could you have bought that? And when was that? 20, 2015. And still be long? Probably not. Shit, I can't even squish it up. I may have to do it weekly. I can virtually guarantee you these are all measured moves. Okay, so not that clear of an Elliott count, actually. Well, there's 1, 2. You got a good start on it. This one may be one where we just don't have a good. Right, even with all this history, I got an impulse. Sure. I wouldn't fuck with it, to tell you the truth, right? So I'm just looking at this, go, all right, is there a count there that I would have any? If I have to think about it for too long, okay, I'll wait until it clears up, or I'll just focus over here and say, okay, well, where did it start, right? Did Elliott start to show up, right? Because often through all of this, is there a count here? I promise you, my guys could come up. If I spent an hour on it, I could probably come up with something. But I don't really care. So because, okay, what do I got here? I got Al. Al fired. Where's Al going to take profit? Right here. Okay, so coming out of this, do I have an impulse, right? After all of this, whatever the fuck, I get impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's see here. Let's label it. All right, sometimes it's a little, I don't want to be presumptuous. Looks like I got an extension in the 5th. Let's go to a daily. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of does. I don't like when I'm that removed from it, right? So there's my target. Am I done? Well, what would you be thinking, right? So the first thought would be, oh, maybe a, fuck. Let's just label it. A, B, C. That's what I would want, right? So I don't, if that's complete, and it, well, let's look for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might change that. All right, let's see if we can get a little more precise. Now, the problem with that is I have a very shallow retrace. Let's see if I come out of, oh, fuck. Oh, I can't do it out of, log is a pain in the ass, right? But I'm stuck with it. Okay. That feels more contained. So let's see if we can get this. Because so you follow my thought. 1, 2, 3. Let's just put it there for a second. I don't have an impulse here, right? So the B has to stay alive. 1, 2, I can't get an impulse there. I can just look at it and it's not there. 1, 2, I can't go 3, 4, 5, because it's a 3, not a 5. So we're a little fucked there. Hang on. Let's see if I can come up with something here that works. Okay, if that's 1, 2, this would have to be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 3. Maybe. Might have to do this. A, B, C, into the B, into the C, into the 4. So then you start putting it together and you start asking yourself, okay, why not? What's wrong with it? Well, it's the 2 that I don't like. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't necessarily trade it, but for perfect Elliott, that's a little shallow, but it is what it is, right? I don't think, I'm not going to label that differently because it's shallow. I think you're probably 4 into some sort of a, shit, have I lost everyone? I can't even tell, right? It's a weird thing to talk to yourself for 2 hours. That looks like that could fly, right? So we're 2 to the 3 on the, Wave 4. Ah, come here. Jesus. 38 to the tick. Okay, I don't know what I have there. I don't like it. Whatever I have there, I don't like it. Oh, fuck. Let's get to a 4 here, see if I can make anything out of that. Can't get an impulse. Leading diag, I don't think it's long enough. I don't think the 3 and the 5 are going to work there. See, this is when I call my Elliott wizards and go, guys, what do you see here? I'd be curious what Wonka and PK and James M would see there. I can't go 3. Okay, so what's the possibility here? Can I get a series of 3s? And that's not great. God, do I have to? I can't dig it in there. And I thought, well, maybe I can do it here. Maybe I can do 1, 2, but I don't get an impulse there. Can't go 4, 5. Can't do that because that's not an impulse. Okay. Maybe you have to just hold off on the. Let's go back to the daily here. So, do I need it? Right? Do I have to have it? Right? Is it? See, be careful about the Elliott becoming a crutch. Right? It should be a tool, but not a crutch. So, what do I got here? 1, 2, 3. Right? It repeats. So here, I'll just simplify it. Right? Do I need Elliott to tell me that I've got an uptrend? No. Right, so do I have market structure? Yeah, I got market structure. There's your change of character. Okay, higher, high, higher, low. Now I'm still, right, a note here, this is an important piece of market structure. Okay, where am I? I'm in the discount. Here's premium, right? So I've got a series of higher highs and higher lows, but right now, here's the PDA, right here. This is all, right, if you're trading market structure, the only thing that matters to you right now is this is the strong low, that's the high. Right, that's undeclared, right? Because we don't know if it's going to hold. Right now, pardon me. This is not the strong low. Excuse me. This is undeclared. This is a low that did its job because it broke this high, right? So every low has a job to do. Every pivot has a job to break for the next break of structure. It did its job here. This is undeclared because we don't know if it's going to hold. Or if this low is going to be a strong low and do its job, which is to give us a new high. If we go here, then this becomes the strong low, this the weak, then this becomes well, this would become strong if it broke that, and then this would become undeclared. So, okay, do I need Elliott Wave here? Get you right on that. Well, that's a bit of a negative, and that I've lost the algo there. That's enough. Did we close? If I'm right on it, looks like we did. Get you out of there. Closes below. And that's a clusterfuck, but it does look like an ABC. It looks like I can go A, B, C to the B, and then I could get a diag to finish that. But I lost the algo. Now I could see you can't go here and go, oh well, maybe it's there because they didn't use it here, right? This is too deep and this is too shallow. So you're looking for where did they use it last? Where did they use it? Here, nope. Here, nope. So you're left going, okay, how do I get the algo in front of me again? There's only one way, right here. You're going to get it. You're going to have to get it here. Then it can go. Right, looks like you probably got it on the short side here, right? Where's Al, right? That's always, right? First question, where's Al? Looks like he popped there. So I have context now. So I have a trend here that's not an Elliott trend. It's not an impulse, but I got an uptrend that's being corrected into 3, and I got an ABC. So this becomes, I'll come back to this, right? But can I trade it? Can you trade it? Well, maybe you're requirements for trading are that you've got to have an Elliott count that's clear to you. Maybe your count is like, well, fuck, I don't care. If it's there, great. If it's not there, it's not there. Here's what I would want, because it's an advantage if I can get it, right? Do I have a 5 in there? To where I can look at that. Let's go to an hourly. Do I have it? Is there a 5 in there? It's not a great looking one. You actually might have it. 1, 2, or at least a start on it. All right, so I would wait here and let that complete because it's not gorgeous. Looks like you got a 1, A, B, C into the 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look, you know, it's a little it's deep on the 2, or pardon me, for the 4. I got a good impulse here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that's decent, but that's a bigger 4 than you'd want there. Remember, with a 4, you'd much prefer it at the 38, the 23. So this is a little deep. So then you'd be back here thinking, okay, maybe I need to reconsider this. Maybe this is just wick down here, and oh, that's the lowest. Where's the lowest close here? So you might do it right here, and you'd come out of this and go, okay, I'm going to reconsider it and do it this way. Actually, it may play better. Okay, right. So I'd have a better looking channel here. I'd have that 5. I'd use the low because the algo is not going to care about your, trying to squeeze an Elliott in there. It's just going to use dominant to dominant. Am I in the discount? Yes, I'm in the discount, right? Swing low, swing high. I'm below the 50. You're a little late to this party, but okay, let's say that goes. All right, it's not a day wrecker. 3, 4, 5. Let's go up here, and then I got to wrap this up here. I could go all day. That's the problem. Okay, 1, A, B, C into a 2. Am I going to get a 3 here? It's not a golden, but I would not let it sneak by without using that. Corner pocket. Still 80%. Just because it's not golden doesn't mean that 80% has changed. Doesn't matter, right? As long as I get the only thing that matters is that corner. Right? That's why it's a corner pocket, right? So as long as that low holds, right? As long as this low holds, 80%. Don't get there. Right, now the target is the low that didn't hold, right? So maybe it rolls over, goes to the golden zone, but right now that looks like that's, AMD is looking good to get there. That's not, well, here's the one thing you can say now. If it gets here and pings, that's not going to be the 3. 3 is up here. Just because it hits the median line doesn't mean it stops there. It's just a target, right? Often it'll ping there and go, so you might have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You maybe get it there. All right, I have to do some studying on how to send my charts. No problem, AMC. Okay, I should probably start. Wonka, fuck, I haven't even looked at you guys up here. Shit, for all I know, I'm talking to myself. I have no idea if anybody's still on here. All right, guys, I got to wrap it up there because what time is it? 2:17. All right, I'm starving. All right, well, hopefully I didn't just talk to myself for the last hour and a half, right? I hope I didn't bore you guys to tears. Hopefully there's a little something that you pull from this that you can learn. The next time you're pulling up a chart, you go, okay, all right, where's the algo? Is there an Elliott count? No. Okay, is it a trend? Okay, is the algo? Can I put some median lines on it? Can I use the geometry? All of that thought process, so that when you pull up a chart, you're not going to remember what I did. You're just going to have to go through this list. Okay, what's first? Okay, where's the algo? Right. First question always, what did it do last? Right, because you see it. It leaves a footprint. What did it do last? Who's in control? Who's got the advantage? Bulls or bears? Okay, if it did something and I can spot the footprint, what's the context? Where is there an Elliott count or is there a trend? Right? I mean, you could do the same thing here and say, oh, okay, well, I got here, 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 right? I got a downtrend going here on a 1 hour. I got a downtrend. Well, I'm going to turn that all around here. Like, so this is the low. Okay, well, would that fit in the, if we come out to a higher time frame, does that fit? Context, right? That's your edge. Okay, guys, hope that was useful. Oh, I got Wonka coming at me here. I don't know if it worked or not, but no request. Okay, so one guy asked on YouTube, right? Okay. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, those of you that are still around. And we'll be back, when am I back now? Oh, Friday. I'll be, update some don't know, I'll find something, right, if it's not Bitcoin. Okay, guys, have a great afternoon. Those of you that stuck around, I so appreciate you guys. I hope something good comes from this. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll